Good morning, traders and investors. Are you guys ready to get back into the hot seat with none other than live trading with Benzinga? Let's get it started. Hit the like button. Let's go.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Those words have been dancing around my head all night. Oh, it's Vegas lore, that phrase.
Good morning, traders. Let's go ahead. Let's get after it. Good morning out there. Night for Humanity. Raul, Sabrina, Crassi, Jay, Becca, Edison. Hey, it's good to see you guys in the chat. Definitely, if you're new to the stream, say hello. This is what it's all about. We're building a community here of traders. So let's go ahead. Let's bring on my trading friend, Lord Ryan. You guys might know him. My man, Faloona. If you guys don't follow him on Twitter, give him a follow. Let's dive into today's show. I'm excited to get into another round here. We've been doing pretty well, kind of keeping the streak going. I think I've only had like one red day in the last like 2 to 3 weeks. So, gonna try to keep my best to go ahead and focus and just try to be focused on the execution side. I feel like a lot of times, it's very easy to get lost and just try to take every trade under the sun. But that's not what we're here for. We're here for a processed approach. So if you notice that that's how you're trading, one thing that I would recommend is definitely just taking a day off. Focusing on what you really think is the best opportunities out there is going to go ahead and try to get you into the green. Like always, there's no guarantees. But I always think that you have to take a second sometimes and notice, am I trading everything under the sun? Or am I sticking to the strategies that bring me the best results? What's up, Ryan? How you been doing? Oh, you're on the mute. You're on the mute. I think your mic's off or something. Let me just make sure. No, all right. You check it out. What's going on in the background? I'll bring on none other than Zunaid. What's up?
What is going on? Good morning to you.
I just had to mess with him a little bit. Ryan, let me know when you're ready to give me a thumbs up. I'll put you in the background until we can hear you.
Now you're on mute.
Now you're on mute. Check that out. We'll see what's going on there. Yes. Definitely.
There you go. You're good now.
You can hear me now?
Yeah, I got you. Just wanted to make sure.
I don't know what's going on there. Real quick. So this is Edson. You called him Edison. As if he invented a light bulb.
Well, why not?
Edson, I mean, good morning. So I knew an Edson before that told me how upset he got when people called him Edison. So I just wanted to make sure that we got this one right. Sorry for the correction there.
I personally wouldn't see that as a bad thing, but hey, I mean, to each his own, right?
You never know.
But then again, I coming from a guy that they never got my name right, so I mean,
yeah, I was going to say you probably had your fair share of mispronounced names.
Yeah, trust me, we won't even go. We won't even go there. Trust me. All right,
how do you mispronounce Mitch?
It's not his first name that they're
exactly. Yeah, we won't even go there. We won't even go to the hidden name that's in the back pocket. Let's put this.
I kind of want to know what that is now. But
so
anyway.
You guys don't show up at my front door. Come on, guys. But let's go ahead. Let's get into the market. Let's see what's trading on out there. Zunaid is back. How's the internet, man? I know you're having a little bit of internet issues.
Yeah.
You good?
Yep, good for now.
I don't got a short Comcast.
I'll be at the hotel tomorrow and Thursday.
Oh, so the penthouse. We're back to the penthouse. I
mean, apparently the penthouse does not have good Wi-Fi, but we'll figure that out tomorrow.
Hey, don't worry. We'll give them a call. We'll give them a call.
Let's check out the SPY at 415. Definitely an area that I want to go short here. You can see pre-market. That's where it kind of topped off with resistance. And of course, I love that whole number. So that's exactly where I'm going to look to play it off on the SPY. I'm going to kind of wrap this up because I got to go put clothes in the laundry. But when it comes to the Qs, 1550 is what I'm kind of looking at. So 315.50. You can see again, pre-market, that's kind of the area here where it had a little bit of resistance. And of course, if you look a little bit more left, you kind of also had support in this area. So that support has now turned into resistance, in my opinion. So that's where I'm going to go to set the alert on that one. Let's go ahead and check out Apple. Looks like 168 is resistance at the moment, but I'm going to leave that one alone because it's not as clean. As you can see, it popped up a little bit above that, but I'm going to leave that one alone. AMD, this has just been so much fun to short. Believe we played this one short yesterday. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we all played this short one yesterday. So now you can see this 92 has kind of held as support. Once it cracks and retests, I'd be interested in this one. And I think at 90-ish or so, we can possibly go and try to get some scalps on that. Aloha to you too, Patrick. Here we go. The 168.71 was a level that I've got drawn here, but I'm going to wait for it to crack 165.50-ish is where I'd want to go long. Nothing really for me to do here on Nvidia, so I'm going to leave this one alone here as well. AMC, $10 is what I've been waiting for on this one, but it keeps bouncing around like 10.50 or so. But it looks like if I woke up early enough, which we all know I don't, $10 it did apparently go ahead and bounce from. So we'll see what happens here. Maybe if 10 comes, we can go ahead and go long on this one on AMC. Apparently it's done it a couple of times and you can see the bounce. So maybe third time it works. It doesn't. I have no idea. We'll go ahead and check that one out. On the futures side of things, I think my futures is, I think on my, here, let me just go this way. I believe this might be a little bit delayed. I'm not quite sure, but the main thing I wanted to kind of point out is how, if you were playing this overnight, because did I lose money overnight? Give me a sec. No, right? I don't think I did. Okay, cool. Because I put on a short overnight and I ended up covering. I just didn't know if I made money or not. But the 41.50 area was kind of being resistance. And of course, you can see the big drawdown. Then it spiked all the way up and now we're down. If you're short here, I think, or if you want to go short the futures, 41.50 area as much as possible was where I'd look to go short. And of course, now we're bleeding a little bit to the downside. But coming back to the SPY, though, same thing. Like that 441.50 is what I mentioned on the futures, which translates to approximately, not always an exact, 415 on the SPY. So we'll see what happens here. Right now, we're kind of going to the downside. But if it wants to come back up and test VWAP or even the 415, that absolutely is an area where I would go short. Twitter, I think, had some news about some whistleblower or something like that. So that's why you get a little bit of a downside movement. I'm not going to play this whatsoever. There's a couple of small caps. Give me 1 second. I'll look at my scanner that popped up this morning. APRN, it looks like. Is that Blue Apron? I think it is. Yeah, that one's popping here. If it wants to come back and test a $6 or 620, I'd be interested in this, but I'm not going to chase it here until, of course, Ryan tells me it's a great spot to do so. That's all you.
Was that my cue? Okay.
That was a transition, yes.
Let's go ahead and just start with Apron since we're already on there, Zunaid. I absolutely love it. Apron, this actually had a wild several days for us. This has been a scanner play a number of times in the past. Trades really nicely, not low float. Can be a grinder and can also rip. So really like Apron here. One of the things that you can see about this level is this was actually a top from August 16th that we couldn't get over. We pulled back off that and we've made a run towards that 2 days in a row here. Yesterday, we had multiple trading opportunities. The pre-market looks strong today. Looks like this is going to push. I like this through 7 for a high a day break at 734. If we take a look at the daily chart here, we can see the work that we're doing. This is really awesome. This move up here. We're above all these moving averages now. I think the next consolidation zone is probably right in here around 850, and that's if we can get there. Unsure if we're going to be able to do all that today, but been on kind of a monster run the past 2 days, or I guess yesterday and today. The way I'm going to be looking at this is definitely trying to take gains. I suspect there's going to be a yank here. I don't want to hold that for the yank. I definitely want to take my gains. Again, this is not a thin trader, so you can get in and out of this pretty easily. Now, going back to the list here, one of the stocks that I have on my watch list today is TLIS. This is Talis Biomedical. This was an idea from the Happy Hour show last night. Some smart guys are looking at trading this here today. So as soon as I see any type of volume move in, I might look to trade this one as well. 108 is the level in question here. We're currently at 105. You can see that there was some big volume on the 17th, which tells me that if this is something that someone was trying to load up and front run, they were probably doing it right here, waited a couple of days. Maybe today is the start. We'll see. Be very, very careful with this one, but this is definitely on watch today. I think that this gets momentum above 108. So we'll go ahead and see. It's bid right now 101 in the pre-market. So we'll see what's going on when the market actually opens. All right. Windtree. This is the first one, WINT. This one is a penny stock making a run towards the $1 mark. They're trading higher if the company entered into a global licensing agreement for the development and commercialization of AeroSurf. company may receive up to $78.9 million milestone. That's important because the market cap of this company is only $14 million. So if they're going to receive $78 million, that's, 4 times the market cap of the company here, maybe a little bit more. I will say it said is may receive, so this is not a guarantee, but this company could see some more action here. Let's see if we end up getting some momentum above 75 cents here. I don't really like to play these penny stocks. I like for them to at least be above $1, but if this is in play today, we'll take a look at it. Next one here is AER. Oh, nope, that's the one that's getting acquired. HSDT is a penny. QTNT a penny. Marin, here we go. Emrin. Now, this is another one that we've traded a whole bunch. We've seen this come on the relative volume scanner. This likes to pop and drop. We do have a catalyst here. They're trading higher after the company announced the ability to optimize Snapchat ad campaigns through its Marin One platform. Sounds good. Don't know if it's actually good. Have seen this trade before. What I want to see here is a move through 234, 235. I think if we do that, maybe we can go up to that 260 handle. And if things really get crazy, we might even be able to test 3 or the top of the pre-market move here, which was 295. Next, we have AVYA. This actually started to get rowdy yesterday, as you can see. And this is what this stock likes to do, right? It likes to push up and pull back and push up and keep setting new highs. So keep that in mind if you're going to end up trading this. If you miss that first move up, instead of trying to buy the top or buy the breakout, maybe wait for it to come back in and see if you can play a curl. Keep your stops tight on that. That's how I would attack this one today. What I really would like to see is I'd like to see this consolidation around the $1 level taken out to the upside on volume. And then I'd like to see that volume expand, get even larger at the 105 area. Zunaid, I'm going to turn it back over to you 1 second.
All right, no worries at all. I'll take it back here. Let's go ahead and transition this to mine. Hopefully Ryan doesn't have a murderer on the scene. MRIN, another one that he was mentioning, I believe. So popped above. I tried to play this actually in the after hours around around the 250 level. I did end up taking a loss when I broke the 240, and obviously it went up a little bit, but I did take an L on this one. So I'll see if it can hold this 210 area. Of course, $2 is the ultimate one. You can see in pre-market, boop, $2 came right back up. I swear I'd be filthy rich if I went ahead and just woke up a few hours earlier and played the markets, but it's not in my body to do that. Let's go ahead and check out BBBY for the folks that are still in this one for some reason. You can see $10 is now acting as resistance. Can't quite get above it, but if it does, you should have room to the 11s, but I'm not going to go ahead and play this one. Let me see if there's anything on iLag that I like. Again, these are not my specialties, but I will try to go ahead and take a look at them for y'all. iLag, to me, you've got support right here around the 340s, and if that breaks, then the next level that I've got, you're probably looking at around like $3 or so, or actually 315s. You can see you had the resistance here, right? All right, let's just kind of go ahead and draw a parallel here. You can see you had resistance, and then that became support. So possibly 315s or so, you can possibly have yourself a support level there, but again, not something that I will hold my breath for. And then, of course, lastly on Tesla, this one should be interesting. I'm curious if Tesla's going to come back and test the 850. That's what I was kind of waiting for yesterday. We missed it by $10. I was short Tesla. We went ahead and met 2 of our 3 targets. Unfortunately, I did get stopped out when Tesla broke above VWAP on the remaining shares that I had. But Ryan, you got anything else for us?
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I'm having some work done here at my house, so I had to let the gentleman in. Unfortunate timing, but it is what it is.
What are you getting?
Say again?
You getting a jacuzzi?
No, it's the heating element of the new air conditioner needs to be installed today. So when the winter comes, I'll be able to do that as well. So, okay. Real quick, before Mitch makes fun of me here, we just wanted to finish up the thought on AVYA. We've seen this one move around quite a bit. It's obviously dropped since the last time that we traded it. We do have a catalyst here, although I don't think it's all that strong. So just look for this one to trade on momentum. Would love to see it break above 105. You, I think, just covered iLag. I didn't hear it, what you said.
It's all you, please.
Yeah, so I'm sorry if I repeat this. This one definitely a Mo trader here, right? Momentum trader without a doubt. This one also likes to pop and drop. So a couple of times I've ended up taking losses on this because I've tried to buy a breakout level or a level a little bit higher, only to have it pull back on me, take the loss, and then see it go higher 15 or 20 minutes later, which is very, very frustrating. So with iLag here, definitely mind the setup. If you're going to buy a pullback, maybe wait for it to curl and confirm that pullback. Keep the stop tight on it. This thing can really, really go and can go really, really quickly. So we're going to be watching that one as well. And I think I had, I maybe am just going to watch Ape to see what it does, but I'll be honest, I'm not going to trade this. I have no idea how this works. I think it's all kind of weird and silly. So I'm just gonna kind of avoid it. And one more idea that came from our happy hour show, which I think is excellent, Deer, right? So if you take a look at Deer here, let me go ahead and add a 200-day moving average, and we'll kind of set the trade up here together. I get asked a lot about swing trades, and I don't really feel great about them. One of them that I actually took a look at yesterday and feel pretty decently about is Deer's, right? So this blue line here, which might be very difficult for you to see since it's so thin. Let's go ahead and make that thicker and make it yellow or something like that. There we go. Deer is really kind of just riding its 200-day here. And it looks like as Zunaid likes to say, can't figure out what it wants to do with its life. And it's unsure if it wants to break out or break down from this level. So to me, there's your trade. When we clear out this formation to the upside, that looks like a breakout. Stop at the 200-day moving average. If this continues to break down through the 200-day moving average, you have a breakdown, potential short with the stop at the 200-day moving average. So a pretty decent swing trade here developing. I don't know which direction it's going to go, but let's watch it and see. Maybe we do get one of those directions in the next day or two here. So, okay, that was my... seems like we got some jokes about a jacuzzi in here. I got it. Okay, maybe I do
Real
need
quick,
to look at getting a jacuzzi installed.
Before Mitch goes, I do need to go put my laundry stuff, but I'm going to go ahead and talk about this stock right here. Zoom, 85% down from the highs. I mean, from 600s all the way down to now the $85 level. I really hope none of y'all are in here. And it's an important lesson as to why, if you are in a trade or whatever the case may be, you got to cut your losses at some point. Because just because something is down a lot doesn't mean it can't even continue moving further to the downside. But for this one here, I'm going to quickly try to see if we can find a level on it. Looks like 80-ish is all I really have on this. And of course, that's a whole number that I'd love to play it off of. And then after 80, all I really see is 60. But for me, $80 is where I'm going to try to set an alert if we can play it to the upside. And then, of course, if it ever does come back and want to test VWAP, I'd be interested in going short. So maybe around like 86, 87, I'd be interested in a short here, but I'm going to go start my laundry. I'll be right back.
Is anybody stunned like me that Zunaid does laundry?
I would have thought he'd have some service that like picks it up for him, does it, folds it, puts it back, maybe puts it in plastic.
What we don't know is he's beating up his little cousin right now, being like, hey, get my laundry done.
Beating up his little cousin. Okay, I didn't think we were going to go that direction this morning, but here we are. So
hey, Zunaid knows how to work. You got to have your family help you out, man. Family, that's what you guys are for, right?
Raylan knows how it works. Got to have clean stuff. I did my laundry yesterday, so I feel.
I did laundry last night. Did laundry last night, but it helps when you have a wife, man. That definitely helps. All right, let's get into it. Let's talk about the stock market. One shameless plug I want to do before we get into what stocks to watch today. I want to tell you guys, I am, for my fantasy football fans, I didn't get a chance to talk about it yesterday, Ryan. I forgot. But I'm going to take part in the Fantasy Pros PR mock draft today. If you guys want to go ahead and check it on out, this is going to be a live mock draft later today at 5 p.m. Eastern with the Fantasy Pros, guys. They have 152,000 subscribers on YouTube, over 340,000 followers on Twitter. So come on over, guys. Come support me. I'll throw up the link in the chat there so you guys can come and check it on out yourself. It's going to be interesting. You know, let's see if I can beat the guys. This is going to be a grading scale that uses from their service, of course. And let's see if I can grade better than the Fantasy Pros themselves. I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, I will say that those grading things, they turn out not to be right at the end of the year. But I still am going to be pulling for you to beat a Mitch.
I'll tell you one thing, Ryan. I get an A on them often, so not going to be too mad about that. And I feel like I end up doing pretty well there. The big thing for me is always, like, some people don't like handcuffs, things like that. You'll see what I like when you come on over here. I always like to nail up a solid team, have some rookie wide receivers, then nail up some handcuffs, because I think that's what matters the most. There's always going to be injuries in football. And just like we make mistakes in trading, there's always going to be mistakes, but we got to keep working on our execution. So let's bring it back to trading. Let's go back. Let's take a look at some stocks out there. What can be trading well today? I did see someone question me, what's up with Lucid? Well, what's up with Lucid is I missed the play, but it already went down there towards the 16. That's what we were looking. It went yesterday towards 16.01. I think this eventually gets to 14. Could we get a bounce here? Yes, it could happen today. I'm starting to feel like certain stocks have pulled back enough that we could get a bounce today. Does it mean that we're going back towards the highs? No, but I do think that today there's so many people leaning short again that we could have that reverse of psychology. So what I'm going to do is actually going to be looking for some quick bang in, bang out types of trades here at the morning for stocks that have pulled back a significant amount of that rally. So what do I mean by a significant amount of that rally? Somewhere near the 50% of that rally, or a really high quality stock, like let's say Apple. Apple, I think we might get a lift there today to fill some of the gap. AAPPL. I don't know why I'm getting dyslexic.
AAPL, bro.
Yeah, I'm struggling today, Ryan. But this pullback here, I see this gap here from yesterday. You can see how we gapped down here from kind of this Friday to Monday. And now I think we can come back into that zone. Does it mean that we're going back to 175? No, but do I think that we can get to like maybe 170 50s today? Yeah, I do think that that could happen even out the gates here. So I'm going to look to see if we get that upside move here right out the gates, kind of reversal of mentality here. Even though everyone's going to be looking for shorts, I'm going to be looking for some shorts just later on in the day. Like you can look at SOX S and see how strong it's been lately. And now I'm going to be looking for a big retrace of this to then catch the dip down, right? If it could get all the way back here towards, let's say, 39s, even into the gap zone, let's say 39.25. Those are the types of moves that I'm looking for. I'm looking for people to get caught here. So what would I look at? Maybe a stock sell trade right out the gates here. As it's been pushed down here, maybe it just pushes up there to 17.25s and I'm able to nail in, nail out. But that's the key here. Nail in, nail out. Same thing for Nvidia. I think that this could bounce today. Doesn't mean that it can't get to the 168 by the end of the day, but I think we could get a bounce there towards 172 and then start seeing it pull back eventually. So I'll look for around the 10 o'clock reversal on these bullish moves. But the idea here, and I'll talk about it again, is that everybody I feel is starting to lean bearish again. And when everybody starts leaning bearish, we have a tendency at least testing those bears, at least pushing up. It could be just kind of bull traps. You know, it pushes up and then boom, gets knocked down. So that's what I'm going to be looking for out the gates. What's 170 50s, Mitch? I'm a little confused there.
Rosie is asking, can someone explain why do I still have the same number of AMC shares and a few APE, but no average cost? Can't figure it out. Be honest, Rosie, I couldn't figure this out when they were talking about it, after it happened, or any of that. So if you do figure it out, maybe you can explain it to us. I don't know. I don't have an answer for you. If anyone else in the group does, please help our good friend Rosie out here.
So you should have gotten an APE unit for every AMC common share that you have. And so if you have 10 shares of AMC, you should have got 10 units of APE. And that's why AMC is down there. But the truth is your kind of wealth didn't change. All it did was go towards a kind of a separate area. Now you have AMC and you have APE. What this really does, and just does for AMC, it gives them an ability to eventually go ahead and raise money through the APE's units, eventually creating dilution for the company, but an ability to give them some ability to raise capital. That's really the idea here, the financial engineering. He wants to make it sound like it's for you guys, like it's the best thing. It really does kind of help the company overall. I don't know if it's the best for the actual investors that were in it at this moment. Long term, yes, it's probably going to help out because they'll probably raise some money. It will be dilutive, but you know, like always, when companies raise money, we expect them to probably use it in the best ways. That's what we're going to be watching out for.
What's up, Will? Hope you're doing well today.
All right, so Lucid's just a longer term trade to the downside. Why do I think it can reverse? It's just getting beaten down here. Is it going to bounce back? look at Tesla today. I think Tesla can make one of those runs there towards 890s right out the gates, push on up, get through that gap, and then all of a sudden give it up. So these are a perfect example of a stock that I think could just push here right out the gates, and then eventually just get knocked right back down. What do you guys feel about that mentality towards the bell?
Good luck. Let's do it.
All right, what's going on? Let's get it. How's that close?
All right, let's see. I'm short the futures here at 41.39.50. I'm gonna see if I can get
what futures contract?
Micro minis. Thank you. The MES on
thank you.
Swim here.
You gotta give us the minis.
I'm gonna cover some at 41.32s if I can get it, but my stop loss is going to be a little bit tight. I'd say around 41.46. Yeah, I'm looking on the Thinkorswim side, but let's go ahead and check out SPY here in the meantime. As you see, SPY trying to come up. Let's see with my, nope, got to put my password in there. It says my password's wrong. Screw you too. How about that one, huh? How about that password?
How about it?
All right, I'm going to try to go SPY. I'm going to try a short here on SPY. I'm going to grab the closest expiration, got the 413 puts. I got filled at 240. My stop loss is going to be above 413.80s. I'm going to take my first profits around 264s.
Grabbing a little bit of Tesla here at the 874s, looking to add a little bit here on this pullback. Added a little bit there. Now trying to hold here, trying to see if it's going to hold 871 here and come right back up.
ILAG trying here, 358 top, 360 looks to be the spot. Pulling back now. Not in ILAG here. Looked like it was just trying to go out of the gate. Actually, this pullback here is probably pretty good for it. All the 340 looks like it wants to snap to the downside.
Let me put up y'all's charts.
All right, looking at Tesla here, trying to get that to come right back up. Talked about this, just a quick trade, tried to get the upside move. Oil up good right out the gates. If you're looking at oil to the upside, I like XOM above 95s. Basic materials up significantly too. Coal's been really strong there. Tech getting a little bit of a lift here. Solar getting a little bit of a lift. Also real estate. What's on the red? Healthcare and utilities. Tesla, let's see how this one works here for it. You went to 875 there. I'm in 874. Let's see if we can get this push here towards 877. That's where we get break above the trend line. That's where I want to see it break the trend line here. See if we can get this lift in Tesla.
Filled some more of the SPY puts at 229s. Might regret this if it pops over 413s, 413.80s, which it might do here in a second. Great.
Yeah, you get it.
Oh my.
Morning, Andy. Make sure you get those dishes done so Alyssa and Sarah don't cap you.
Oh, you know how that is. Get those dishes done. Let's go, Tesla. Give me a nice little push on up.
You've got HUSA making a move as well. Let's see what we've got.
There you go, Tesla. 876. Let's see if we get to the 877s here. How did Apple do out the gates there? Apple was nice one. Pushed up there to 167. Looking for a nice little push towards the 170. Let's see what happens there at Apple. Tesla still looking well here. Let's see if it can push into the 877s.
So we had AVYA go through $1 like we talked about early. We'll see where that ends up setting up. I didn't take that, by the way.
You've got Macy's calls coming in here. That's interesting to me. I'm going to go ahead and purchase just a small size here. I got filled at 1940s. My stop loss is going to be probably below $19 though. I'm going to look to scalp some of these in 70s if I can. So a little bit of a wider stop loss. My SPY trade is in the red. It's going to start off not as nice. And the Macy's trade is up 0.5%. No, it needs to break the 1950s here. Let me go ahead and put up a double box for now, and then I can move it if I need to. Needs to break the 1950s, and then we can make our moves towards the 1970s. But my SPY trade is going to end up being an L unless we get a dramatic reversal to the downside. Macy's looking to pop the 1950s. What were those Macy's calls? Let me check them out. Those calls were 20.5. So $20.50 calls expiring this week. Approximately $100,000 or so. And there's a pop above 1963s on Macy's. You're up about 1.5% on the equity side. Go ahead and take it if you'd like. You're still getting those contracts coming in. Got to break the pre-market highs of 1970s here. SPY coming down a little bit. Macy's to the upside. And high day on Macy's, 1969.
High day on ABYA too.
Come on, giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, giddy up.
Macy's getting that lift, even though not the best earnings, but hey, it doesn't matter. Who cares?
When I go long, it goes up, just like SPY, except I guess they didn't realize I was short, but that's okay. Ay, ay, ay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and cut my losses on the SPY trade here. Taking my losses down 15%.
Tesla looking like it wants to crack here. Need to get it back above the VWAP here. 872 is below that, and we'll get out.
AVYA pulling back here a little bit. I lag yanking. Glad we waited that out. Here looking good. 250 is where it stopped.
Which one?
Ear. EAR.
Interesting. Yeah, it looks good there. 250.
Yeah, it looks like it was button up against that 250. Maybe the third time's a charm here.
I like the daily chart too. Move to $3. It's in play to 280's resistance. It's a nice one right there, that ear setup.
Yeah, I like it.
There's Tesla for the push here, back up towards 875s. Let's see if we can get towards the 877s now. It's a little bit of a push.
Here at 250, let's see if it breaks it.
Natural gas, 14-year highs. Yes, hurts. I'm glad I've been in the bull camp in natural gas and oil. Let's see if oil can start catching up there. Natural gas, I've been dead on. But oil, it's been a little bit more choppy than I expected it at one point.
Come on.
Tesla battling that trend line above it around the 876 level. We needed to get through the 877 level for it to really start pushing on up. If not, it's going to have to get on out here.
I'm going to try some small size on ENSV. I got in here at...
Like that one.
207. 207. Stop loss is probably going to be a crack of 190. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but a crack of 190 is where I'm going to have my stop losses.
About to get out of Tesla here. It's coming down fast. Yeah, out there. Not going to battle that. Just took a little bit of a hit there. About a half size of a loss on the regular sizing.
I'm on the limit on ENSV at the 219s. As the stock is currently trading at 2, I am in at 207. Macy's pulling back as well.
ExxonMobil already at 97. That's a little upsetting. I should have been watching that move. Trading Tesla for no damn reason. That's a little upsetting. That's a nice move there in oil.
SPY rejected the 414s. If I had smaller size, I could have waited for the 414 rejection, but since I didn't, I ended up taking an unfortunate L on the SPY calls. Sold at 2. Now they're going for about 230 on the ask. That's mismanagement on my end.
Oil ripping today. Definitely should have been more of the play. Wasn't really focused there towards the open. Energy up 1.51 from the open. Basic materials up also.
Definitely is a little choppy. To Jordy's trade saying no trade's kind of choppy. It's definitely choppy here this morning. Definitely choppy here this morning. Watching ear because I really do think 250 gets blasted here, and I think that they might just go right through it. Third time. This will actually be the fourth time. So we'll see if that might happen fast if you're not prepared for it. And also still watching TLIS. Like that too here. So I will wait for this to shake out. I'm not going to put myself in any type of rough situation.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Trying to catch up with some oil names. TEL was one that I talked about on pre-market prep for a nice push above the 460s. Now you're at 474. That looking good there on that one. If you'd like some cheaper plays, TEL, nice stock. BORR is another one making a nice little push. Has a nice little daily setup above 4. Just pushed above 4 right now.
Macy's coming down to test VWAP here. Purchase some at 1922s on Macy's.
Wet G.
Sorry about that, Ryan. I just had to mute you for a second there in between. Just
the hammers? Yeah, no problem.
No worries.
No
just
problem.
In between there.
No problem at all. I'll try to do it myself too.
Not a worry.
ENSV struggling to get over 210 for now. SPY below VWAP. Macy's coming down hard. If it cracks the low of day, I will be out on Macy's. Taking profits when we were up like 2%.
INDO taking off today, went up to 970s here. Looking interesting if it comes back to VWAP. That's a 905 pullback. We'll see what happens there.
Added some more Macy's here. My average price on the Thinkorswim site is $19.15.
INDO trying to get back up there. I feel like this is going to be kind of that rug pull type.
There goes
move.
ear. Told you they just rush it right through 250. Okay, I'm out here. Nice way to start the day. I was just waiting for that to happen. Let's go.
Good stuff, Pat.
INDO getting hot here. That's definitely a stock that's moving fast there. HUSA is also another one. So these oil plays are the ones that are setting up right now.
Ape is halted. Good call, Becca. Halted to the upside, by the way. 725 on Ape. INDO at pre-market highs.
Trying to get a pullback buy here in HUSA. But the spread is spreading out here.
ENSV holding $2, trying to get above 210. Having a tough time. We should get going, though. Again, I've got my sell order here. What is this sell order? 218s, excuse me.
Rayland, hope you hit that one. We were on that from the opening here.
SPY low day.
HUSA there. It got 506.
INDO pulled back off that spot pretty nasty. Let's check on our good friend Nept from yesterday. $218, your bidder on Nept, or your VWAP on Nept. We need to really clear that out to go higher.
SPY more lows. It's always weird being short something and then long something, but if SPY can crash and Macy's gets bought out, that'd be great.
Ape halt on 7%. Oh, I'm not talking about that. Guys, what about Oxy? Yeah, Oxy's definitely one that's probably moving with energy on up. So we're playing the cheaper energy names right now, but you could be playing the bigger ones like Oxy, like COP. Those are Chevron, CVX, XOM. Gush has been ripping. And XOM now in the 97. I've talked about this daily level for a while. I'm a little upset that I didn't trade it through it. I should be swing trading through the 95s there on XOM. That's as good as a setup as it gets there for me on a swing trade on XOM. Multiple highs in the same area. I've talked about this 95. Now we're just breaking through that 95. That gets us closer to this high here. And we just took that out, 97.50. Boom. Now through that. Look where oil's going, guys. This is why I'm concerned about the overall market too, because if this keeps happening, inflation isn't going away. I know that people are thinking it, but if this keeps happening, I'll tell you right now, I don't want to see the CPI data in 2 months.
You've got AMC approaching $10. Also, the ENSV trade, again, my sell is at 218. Currently, the stock is at 213.
Who's working well for me here? Up to 515. It got up there to 517. Let's see if it can get to 520s.
Went ahead and took some shares. I sold some of the AMC. Sold some at where'd it go? At 1938 of the AMC. I think I've got my next sell at 1945.
All right, let's see if Husa can really take off now. 514 is coming up on the offer side. Battling here.
ENSV just could not give me my sell. Let's see how went all the way to about 13s, but not the 18s. Boo-hoo. Come on.
Looking to see a big buyer step up here.
TLIS did start moving here. We're up to 112. So we had this flagged this morning. We'll see if this ends up going here. Pretty good spot on the daily. Looks like the next spot here, daily wise, is 115. Currently at 113. So we'll see where we end up going here at 114 now. Let's go. Looks like we found another one here.
Hesitating today. I could feel it. I should have taken some profit there on HUSA at the 514s. A little bit of hesitation here on HUSA.
Yeah. MNMD, those mushroom or those psychedelic stocks, they seem to not work out very well. They seem like they're doing similarly to what the pot stocks were doing early on. Can't trust those just yet. I can't anyway.
All right, let's see if this Husa can really get me here. I'm at 507, trying to get it through this high here to the 520s, the 525s. Let's see if we can get that. This would be a nice win. Let's see what happens here.
Come on, Macy's.
Wow, ear's still going.
Yeah, that was a nice little setup. Remember, it had to move.
Yeah.
Did it get towards the look at the daily. The daily is a nice resistance towards 280. I could see 280 coming through right now.
115 down on TLIS. So that's working too.
Macy's beautiful bounce from 19.
Fast pullback here in HUSA.
Mitch found a decent gap setup here too. Take a look at the daily. Here, let me throw. Are you in the middle of a trade, Mitch? Do you mind?
Yeah, I could still take a look at there. I'm just keeping an eye on HUSA here. We'll
Real
see
quick.
what happens here.
FXLV.
X
Flower X-ray Lima Victor.
XLLV.
No, Flower X-ray Lima Victor.
Oh, F45.
Yeah, so look at the daily. Look at the daily.
Yeah.
I think you've got a break above and then a gap fill up to like what? What do you have there? 3?
I mean, you could do 350.
350?
Yeah, 351.
I like this formation here. I think it really would need to take out, what is the top of that wick? 273-ish?
Yeah, let's go towards the hourly. You'll see it here on the hourly a little bit clearer. There's a nice little push above the 243. Just got through there. Now the next wick is 269. And if you draw a trend line here, you can see here how you've pushed above. So I'd be looking for pullbacks to 230s to hold today. You go to 15-minute. That's where you kind of broke from the 230 level.
Yep.
Now you go into a little bit tighter, 5-minute, and you're looking for pullbacks to the VWAP, 240s, maybe risking off 230s.
Cool.
A continuation there.
So I like that setup. I'm watching it too. It ran a little bit, so I'd actually like this to come back in before buying it, but looks strong here.
This is the kind of action that you want near that level where you get some wicks of indecision, but pullbacks holding towards that 230 and then taking off. That shows you good price action at an important level.
Knights for Humanity. I wish I was in it too. I actually saw this after the move started.
You guys know what this is, right?
No, is this the?
This is the workout gym from what's the Wahlburgers.
No, really?
Yeah, dude. Honestly, personally, not the best gym, but hey, to each his own, right? I mean, F45, baby, you're gonna go pump it. This is literally a pump it stock because I mean you lift weights there, right?
You got SPY high a day. Macy's looking to make a run towards high as well.
The memes would be pretty funny on this one if it keeps running.
I'll take that. I'm in for some meme stuff.
You know, he did that movie with I think it was The Rock, Pain and Gain or whatever. Oh, you know they're gonna bust those out.
I'm gonna go ahead and sell my ENSV here. Sold out at 193. Cracked the 2, so I'm out.
What's
Macy's,
up, Mr.
come
Wheelie
on, baby.
Man?
Come on, Macy's. Apple. Here, let's go take a look at Apple. Yeah, I'm sure Apple's moving. Oh yeah, Apple's definitely moving and grooving.
Moving and grooving.
God, the volume on this
halted.
is huge. Sorry, what was that halted?
Ape.
Halted to the upside, I believe.
Getting halt.
No, downside. Sorry.
Macy's, come on, baby, break that 1970s to the upside. Come on. The shares that I had added at the 19s, I'm going to go ahead and sell everything here at 1957. That's about a 50+ cent trade. I'm out, but I am still holding on to the shares that I'd purchased at the 1940s. I still got some of these. I'm going to take some lottos here as well. I'm going to buy the 4170 calls at around $5. I'll say the exact fill here in a second. Oh, shit. I forgot to sell this. Fuck. It's always great when you're trading on 2 brokers.
Yeah, it's always fun, right? All right, just added there on HUSA, trying to take a bigger swing in this one. It's been setting up for a little while now, so just added there. Trying to bring my average a little bit down.
God damn it.
$507, $509s, $515.
Sorry, I was waiting for my
and
fill. It
above,
hasn't filled yet.
and take
Matt.
some profit. All right, what's going on out there, guys? Let's see what we get. If oil's been strong today, will I get the HUSA breakout? Let's see. Now we're getting that lift there to 513s here. Let's see if we can get the next push here. 515 showing on up. As we get through this, I'm going to take half off here, take a great profit here. Let's see if we can get through this 15 level. Struggling here. I'm going to take half off there at 13s. 513, half off. Now look for the breakout here. So taking half off right off on the trend line, just in case we get a little pullback there. At least we took first profit. Now we can try to let this really work. See what happens there. HUSA. Going back to you, Zunaid.
Yep, just waiting for the Macy's break of the 1969s. If that does it, that'd be great. SPY above VWAP, well above it, looking to make some moves, trying to break the highs.
Yeah, it looks
You've
like
got
we're getting
bond
that
halted
push
as well.
This is what I kind of expected. Remember, guys, now around 10 o'clock, I feel like we're going to eventually get the rug pull right back down. So just be careful. But it's going well today, at least right out the gates here.
You've got Tesla trying to break high, 877.50s.
For the bounce back type of
market
play.
high.
The buy the dippers at it, man. Buy the dippers.
MREN trying to curl. It just took out a huge seller at 214.
All right, 518 showing up here. Wall at 518 for HUSA. It's on EdgeX. 519, 522s here. Going to take half off. Half off there at 519s. Now looking for the rest to kind of give you that breakout on HUSA.
I don't really have a good read on SQ.
Back in the green.
Resistance right here at the 73.50. If it pops above that, maybe room to 74s, but I'll be honest, I don't have the best read on it. I'm sorry.
With that ad that we did at the VWAP, HUSA is from 504s to 519. That's actually not a bad gain there for the profit to loss ratio on this stock. It's a $5 stock, so I take profits a little bit quicker there.
Let's see what we got here.
MRIN back to 216. There's a spot there. Let's see if they take that on MRIN. Keep refilling it here. Did the same thing at 14, but they took it out. Curl definitely on if we take out this 216. Maybe we get to the high at 228. Maybe.
Stock's pulling back now, HUSA. Could pull back towards the support here. It's going to be a move towards $5 here. Don't want to get into the red on this position, so just got to be quick here. It does going to pull there. There's 505s.
Yeah, Andy, I'm not surprised. Again, SPY-wise, I think we're inevitably going back to 360. So I'm not surprised to hear the dark pools are at it again.
Bouncing. Where's that bounce stop? That's the main thing there. Apple now to 168.41. Not a bad outlook, at least from Apple getting a little bit of a bounce. Now it's starting to hit some resistance here. There's a couple of pre-market wicks that you see at 168.40s, and you're starting to see it turn around a little bit from there. There's HUSA back to 505s. I'm really protective off that 504.
All right, looks like we've got Party City approaching $2 as Macy's makes a high a day.
PR. Party.
It's pulling back.
No party in the Party City today.
Come on, Party City. I mean, Macy's.
All right, I'm going to look for another trade now that I can kind of take a little bit of my attention off HUSA. I set a stop there at 503 now. If it does hit, I'm okay to get out. I took in some really good profit on this stock. So now let's look to see if it gives me that extension above the 525s.
I'm going to take
SPY and Q's turning around. I'm sorry about that.
You're good. I'm going to take the dumbest trade ever, and that's going to be, whoa, that's not what I wanted. Hang on a second. Nope, not that. Nope. Damn it. Oh, it went up. Fuck.
Nice.
Whatever. I'm going to go ahead and take the 2170 calls on SPX. I got filled at 380s.
Sark with a nice pullback to 54.90s. I'm also looking at Success. Here comes Husa for that breakout here. Let's see if I can get it. You go towards the 1 minute here. Show you guys that break. See if we can get that breakout to really kind of hit here on HUSA. Next level up from here, when it breaks out through the 520s, could get up there to the 540s. We'll see what happens there. Success is another one that I'm looking to get off the bottom here. I want to see a reversal here for Success as I'm starting to see the Qs start cracking here. Remember the 9:45 turnarounds. Look how right around 10 o'clock, 9:53, we started breaking down here. Let's see what happens in the overall market. That's why I'm looking for Success to make a double bottom near the 39.69, down here towards 39.54, and then come back up. We'll see what happens. HUSA, let's see if we can get that really nice pop here through the trend line. This is what we played it for. We sold some at the trend line, sold some on the first pop. Now we have a little bit less left for that big pop if we can get it. We'll see what happens here.
I like that spot. Here we go. They just took that spot out. Here we go, Mitch.
We'll see if we can get it.
Your next spot on Husa.
Yep.
I'm not in this. That happened too fast for me.
Yeah, this one's a little bit choppy too. It's hard. Liquidity sometimes pulls back there. There's 528s there.
And
now we're getting to the high of the day. Mm-hmm. See if we can get that wall to get through.
The SPX, I went ahead and sold it at 470s. 470s, I'm out all everything. That's a solid $90 per contract.
Husa off that high spot there. This still looks like this wants to go do it, though.
Yeah, that's why I'm being patient here. Remember, that's why we take our first sells so that we can be patient in a moment like this. Those first rewards, what they give me is a chance to let the stock try to break out. If you don't give yourself the opportunity there, then a lot of times it's okay if you're just running the profits and that's your strategy. But I always try to leave a little piece for this moment right here. And it's hard. I'll be honest. It's hard. A lot of times I feel like just cutting it here, but
those spy calls that I sold for 470s, I'm going to buy them back here at 320s. I'm going to look to sell them at about 370s if I can get it. Have the limit order out at 370s. I'll let you know if I get filled. And if you look at the SPY, you can see why I bought them is because they're closer to VWAP, and that's why I bought it. I'm looking to sell it on a little bit of a pop. The ask is currently at 360. Again, I'm here at 370 waiting to sell.
I love seeing the patience spelled with a Y. I absolutely love this in the chat. We're gonna crush it. Tattoo worthy. I agree.
It does, especially on those moments where you're trying to let a stock like give you that breakout. It's okay to like try to figure out what is the strategy there that you want. If you're the type of person that likes to split the profit up, then that's okay also. But it gives the opportunity to look for this type of move. How's SPY now? Keeps coming down there. Be careful there, guys. I think you could get, caught there with some bull traps, but it's going to be hard also. Q's trying to fight the VWAP right here.
Be right back. 1 sec.
See ya.
Rejection from the breakout there of HUSA could cut down here now. I don't want it to break VWAP. VWAP is around 507. So we shouldn't see 505 break now. Setting my break even at 504 stop out. If I do get stopped out on the position, that's fine too.
You do have some bearish flow coming in here. Am I going to buy that? No, I won't buy it. Come on, Macy's. Just go tap 20. Husa coming down.
Yep. VWAP bounce has it right there. Needs a VWAP bounce though. There's 516s again. What did it do? It held the 507 low there. Why? VWAP was right there. So now we look to see if VWAP gets broken. If VWAP gets broken, I'll get out of the trade, break even. If it comes right back up to the high of the day, boom, we get the breakout. So let's see what happens. We did get a lot of volume to turn around on that candle, which was a high of 528. So this is what we're going to look to see if we break through it. If we can break through that 528, I think we get up there towards the 540s, and I could take some profit into the 38s. All right, let's go towards some other stocks. I'm going to do a little bit of sector outlook. I'll keep watch on HUSA to see what happens there. Let's go towards the main charts. I'm finally getting that pullback on success that I'm looking for too. So I'm going to pay attention here right quickly because I do see the Qs bouncing a little bit, but I like this approach here around the 3950s, 3960 area for reversal action.
Oh my God.
This is that success move down.
The spy calls
back,
that I have to sell at 370, currently trading at 350 on the ask. I'm tempted to just say screw it and take my $20 per contract, but we'll see if we can get paid at 370. There's 370 on the ask. Will I get it? Will I get it? Somebody buy it? Screw you. Just went back down at 350. It was right at 370.
Isn't that how it goes?
And now
isn't that how it goes?
And now it's at 320. Lovely. Macy's on the other side, though, 1975. That's going to be the high a day on Macy's. Ticker M, as in money. 370 once again on the ask. And once again, I don't get filled. Thank you. Now it's $4 on the ask. I went and got filled. I'm out of all my SPX contracts at 370 that we bought at 320. Now currently trading at $4 on the ask, but I am all out.
Trying to see the bottom be made here on this success. I like that right there.
INDO over $10. HUSA high a day 533.
Ooh, there you go. There's that HUA. This is hard because I'm trying to take this success too, but I got to focus on taking profits in HUSA. That's more important.
Those spy calls, if you're still in them, they're going for 540. Excuse me, 450. Go ahead and take your profits, please. Scale out. Macy's up currently almost 2% on the equity side.
Just
currently
took
trading
a
at
little bit there.
1974.
A little bit off at 531s. Let's see if we get to that 538 now. A little bit off there at 531 there. So it slow down a little bit. Still just piecing it out. A success. I wanted to get in there at the 69.70 mark there, but not in it right now, guys. Just going to focus on the trade that's doing well for me. There's no reason for me to be forcing myself into another trade when one trade's going really well for me. There's a spot back up to the highs there.
Come on, Macy's. There we go.
That should help the Macy's trade.
Yeah, Macy's definitely now at high day around the 1970s. You've got the SPX calls that we have traded as high as almost $5, I believe. But obviously, I did not hold on to them. I let them all out at the 370 area. That's on me.
That's what I like to hear right here. That's what we call rally.
Woo! The equity side of things on Macy's are now up 2.5%. That's lovely. Let me go ahead and scale some out. All right, sold some Macy's here at 1990s.
Boom,
Macy's
baby.
1990s.
Just sold a little bit there at 35s. Actually, 37. Got a last little piece here for the break through the 540s. Do we get it? No, it's turning around a little bit here. And I got 537 as the top sell right now. See if we can get through that level and get to the 542s. I have the last little piece here. Just been piecing it out.
Mighty Soldiers, I always look at the closest expiration. I assume you were talking about the SPX trade. Closest expiration for me, a SPY makes a high a day, and there is high day on Macy's as well. I'm going to sell more here. I'm only going to hold on to 20% on Macy's. Sold some more
Out.
1992s.
Just sold the rest of it there. Out completely at HUSA. Not a bad trade there for me. I will take that. That is a hell of a trade there for me. And took a swing there in HUSA. Back in the green.
You got
Look at
it.
this trade, guys. Pretty good execution too. I like where I added after it came back down and recovered the 5. And so that's where I added. Gave it the chance to VWAP bounce here multiple times. And it ended up VWAP bouncing there, getting up there to the 539s. And if it keeps going now, let it be. But I took my profits. I'm all out. Nice little trade there, HUSA.
Great trade, Mitch. I came back just at the tail end of that to see it going. So great job. They're bringing in bids under it too. So
if you like MOS, keep an eye on that ticker. You got the $59 calls coming in on the ask, expiring this week, approximately $120,000 worth. On ticker MOS. Looks like Tesla's getting a little bit of upside movement as well. Let's go and check a look at Tesla. Yes, it is approaching the pre-market high. So would not be surprised if we get a little bit of a pullback here. ENSV, let's go to check out that stock here. ENSV, again, Macy's approaching $20.
Oh man. Oh, that ExxonMobil. At least oil paid me today, but that ExxonMobil to 98 already. Woof. Oil's
Jeff
on the break.
Dees, I don't know if you remember, but Jeff Dees from our chat, he was all over XOM this morning. He sent me a text message before we came on.
Oh,
Nice.
Jeff, why didn't you yell at me? I've been talking about that move for a while, that 85, the 95 level. Now we're getting through that. And I don't think it might even come back here. I think you're looking for the 100 push.
That ear is trying to break highs again.
Yeah, the big thing there is
Going threes.
Remember, I said 3 from the beginning. You had that room to 3. I could see it.
Well, that was a great call, Mitch. I did forget about that. That's a great call.
The 9 EMA there is holding really well on the daily. When I look for these stocks that are really nice on kind of these big moves, look how the stock pops here, comes back to the 9 EMA, pops, comes back to the 9 EMA, pops. So when stocks have high momentum, I really focus in on that EMA 9. So the first level to watch was the 284 level. You see it go towards that 284. And what happens here? Closes right above 280, tries to do some wicks into the 285s, 288s, pulls right back down. So now you're looking for that 280 to get some volume up there to really get it up there towards the 3.
Ah, shit.
Yeah, no, Patrick, I agree with you there. It's kind of a sucky outlook to think that energy is going to go up again, but I would rather be right about that than worrying about like trying to just be an optimist and being wrong. I would rather.
Well said, Mitch. I'd rather be right than trying to be the optimist and end up being wrong. I love it. I absolutely love it.
It's because the big thing for me is there's too much talk of inflation's just peaked and it's not going back up there.
Yeah.
Inflation can easily go back. Just because you get a couple of months of pullback in oil prices doesn't mean you don't get another ramp.
Exactly. And Mitch, think about some of the other macro things that are going on. The administration is still talking about student loan forgiveness.
Yes.
If you get student loan forgiveness, inflation ain't done, folks. Sorry.
Exactly.
I don't know what else to tell you.
And another thing to mention, in September 1st, they were supposed to do more of selling off the assets. We'll see if they're actually doing this. This is also something that I've been watching on the Fed. It's supposed to increase on September 1st to a pretty good amount of sell-off of the balance sheet. That could actually hurt the markets.
If you ever want to take a look at a guy who sold too early, you can take a look at my lovely face because those SPY calls,
Macy's?
the SPX call. No, Macy's
the
made the
SPYs?
right decision because $20 is a whole number I expected after resistance. But those SPX calls that I sold for $50 per contract profit, they are now going for 100% gain. I went as high as $7, so that's always lovely. Yay me.
So I'll tell you what, if you do hear news, and I'm not telling you guys to specifically do this trade, but I always like to put out kind of flags for you guys to keep an eye out for. One of the flags that I pointed out to one of my closest friends is if you hear that Biden forgiveness, look for SoFi to rip.
Rip. I mean, just rip.
Rip. And so that's why I'm keeping SoFi in my radar.
Yeah.
Even though it's pulling back on the daily here to its weakest point, it can go from one day to probably 100% move. So I'm not saying that that's going to happen right now, but it's the end of the month. End of the month, we should get an answer.
No. What's the reasoning for that, though?
The reasoning of what? SoFi getting a pop?
Yeah, like what's like?
Well, SoFi has a lot of kind of refinancing for student loans. And so they have a lot under their portfolio that would essentially just get to the point where
NEP's going.
The kind of the loans would get solved there. It's just an instant sell for them. And so essentially their product, they'd be making money on that. Of course, they're not only now about student loans. They have a lot of other products and services.
So
but
like the
that's how
government
people
would pay them.
Exactly.
Is what you're saying?
Yeah, essentially the government would pay the fees to go ahead and just cancel all those. And so essentially getting them their kind of the loan amount in one payment. Think about if for some reason the US government was like, you know what? Everybody that has a vehicle, sell it. We're taking the loans for you. We're gonna pay back your car loans. Well, guess what? You would see some Carvana, you would see cars.com, you see all these companies and even the autos just take off. So it's just something to watch. Not going to happen just yet. When do I think it'll happen? Sometime I'm looking into next week. So that's where I'll be looking for it to kind of get announced.
Well, you've got SoFi calls that are pretty cheap if that's something that someone wants to play. Interesting. All right.
I just think it's
$5 seems to be support as well.
Interesting play idea, right? Like always, I'm not telling you guys to take it, make your own risk assessment there, but it's something that I think is definitely interesting.
Kano at highs today. Ear pulled back finally.
Had that feeling on Nvidia today they would get that bounce right back up there to 174. It's one of those days, right, where too many people were probably bearish going into the open. I've gotten to that point when I feel like too many people are on my side. I take a look at the other side. I'm like, do they have a chance today? I felt
the contrarian Mitch. That's what that is.
No, well, it's not only the contrarian. I don't mind being because sometimes people get mad at me because I have mainly a lot of times a short outlook or a bearish outlook. But when everybody's on my side and I'm a bear, that's when I start getting a little concerned. I'm like, well, this is where they bounce me. Doesn't mean it's going to bounce all the way up to the top. What's this Mara doing? Oof, let's take a look. Mara's pushing back here. I think Bitcoin got a little bit of a bounce. Maybe that's why you're seeing it.
Bitcoin's near the highs today.
That's it. That's the bounce there. Could it fill the gap up? Yeah, it could. There's a little bit of a gap there, and so there's a kind of a little bit of a gap fill to fill up towards 1504. So if you do see that rip today, that could be it on Mara. It did get just into the gap zone and rejected it, so be careful there. That's at around the 430 areas, 1430s. All right, let me take an assessment here on the day. I want to take a look at how much really I killed that HUSA and see if I even got a trade anymore on the day. Honestly, I don't.
Veru at highs.
That's how much I made on that HUSA trade. I don't even need a trade anymore for the day. I could take a swing trade and just use some of these profits. That's probably what I'm going to do. A
$10
day like
bounce.
today where I made such good amount of money off the first trade. Well, the second trade, I was red on Tesla. But that HUSA paid me so well that I'm going to give myself a chance to take some swing trades today.
You had the $10 bounce on Macy's. Not Macy's. AMC. Excuse me. Give me a sec here. Let me... There we go. AMC. Looks like it went down maybe 8 cents below target below. Yep. Went as low as about 9.92, but then it gave you a target all the way up to 10.34s. On that one. And let's
Anthony,
check
we're
out.
right here, dude. The two of us are literally right here.
What the fuck? That's that guy.
Mitch, while eating, tries to do his Conor McGregor impression. I love it. I love it. Nept looks like it's trying to take out 230. See if it's able to do that here. Not in it, by the way.
I wonder if my laundry's done. Probably not.
Hi, sweet buddy. What are you doing?
Thought you said that to me for a second.
No.
He said
Straight up. Straight up.
He said no. Oh my god.
He's going to unplug my microphone again. Watch. Okay. He didn't.
I love it, dude. Oh boy. Oh my god.
Now that Husa move was so big.
This dude really just shared his charts while he's offline.
Yeah, he likes
He
it.
munches on his Rice Krispies. He's like, "Hey guys, look at INDO."
He heard you. I love it.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna mock Mitch on what he says. All right, and of course another stock that put your chart up, not me. And of course another stock that we talked about earlier in this pre-market was TELL. You can see you had resistance around the 477. Now it's popping up. And of course, if we go and take a look at the daily, though, you can see how nice and crispy the breakout is above that 480 level. But I always want to make sure I look at the hourly on these smaller stocks because they really give you a good level of support and resistance. You can see that line right there. We're going to draw this trend line here and look at that beautiful breakout. Your stop loss is right underneath it. It's above the EMA and it's above the 477 as well. And that's how you get a trend line breakout.
Honestly, I was loving that. I love that a little too much. I don't think anybody's going to get it as much as me, but I honestly love that, Zunaid. Oh, that was perfect. While you were saying it, my mind was thinking it. And I was just laughing.
I know.
Gotta get out of my head, bro. I'm literally crying on that one. I think I talked a little too much. That might be what it is, but
no. We've just all done so many streams. We pick up on tendencies.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
And like I'm just doing play by play, but for the charts, it's that's all it is.
Do you ever get like really excited and into it when there's like a monster jam or something?
Oh
or
my
like
god, yeah.
That's what I want to hear. That's what I really want to hear. I'll watch one of those.
It gets annoying though if you're not like a fan of the sport. If you're not in the moment, it absolutely gets annoying. No question about
it.
Zunaid calling the action. All right, now it's decision-making time. SPY starting to top a little bit. Do I want to go for the reversal? I think it's time. I think I'm going to start getting into success in a second here. Let's go ahead. Let's go to some shorter time frame.
If you want to see me yell for 3 minutes straight, there's a link for you.
I mean, maybe not 3 minutes straight, but I would like to see.
Hey, there's a pause button.
There's a pause.
There's an X out button, but again, highly
you need a bleep,
going
man.
Longer than 15 seconds. No, I don't curse. Well, it depends on what stream I'm on.
That's what I'm saying. They need to have the good old fashioned.
I'm trying to see the worst thing I've said on the League channel.
You got in trouble yet? Did you get written up?
No, thankfully not. Thankfully not.
Is there like a national broadcast association for esports?
Nah, we just have agents. I don't have an agent. I want to get one in the off season,
Ooh.
but
There you
I
go.
don't
Look at
have
my
an
boy, an agent.
right?
I need my
So we
agent
can-
too to call Benzinga.
Can you imagine if Luke is like, "Hey man, can you do all access?" I'm like, "Hey man, call my agent."
Call
Sorry,
my
bro."
agent, dude. You know. I have an
that's
agent.
fine,
His name's
right.
Zoltan. He helps me out.
Okay.
Zoltan is solid.
I'm
Zoltan's
definitely gonna
solid.
watch that clip you just gave us, Zunaid. I'll watch that later when we're off air
Yeah.
here. I'm ready for you to just.
You were
start
like,
going
were you
wild.
just watching it? Because you were just staring at something for like 10
Yep.
seconds. Yeah,
Yep.
that's what I thought. Your
That's
face
exactly
was
what I
just
was
like
doing.
you were staring at it. Yeah.
That's exactly what I was doing.
What do you recommend when you're on a losing streak? What I like to do when I'm on a losing
Reduce
streak
your size.
is reduce size, absolutely. And I like to get some sun. So I literally go for a walk. I'm talking intraday. I'll go for a walk, get some sunlight, get a fresh mindset, and then reduce size or just don't trade. But absolutely reduce your size. No question about it.
That's the first thing that you should do, because what's going to happen is you're going to start getting, this happened to me on this show. I kept losing. I felt like everything I was doing was wrong. And I was just like,
yeah.
So I just started trading less so that the losses that I would take weren't very big.
Yeah.
And
If you're on a
finally
losing
I was able to
streak.
correct what it was that I was doing wrong, which was just being late. And before I knew it, I bumped my size back up to where I was at prior.
It's one of the few instances where smaller is better. So reduce your size.
Lol. Lol. Zunaid. I mean,
what?
Nothing.
39.80s. Just to let you guys know, I'm back to trading here. Success. Success. Will, and it's always to the left-hand side. That's all I'll say about that. Let's keep going. Let's get it going here. Let's see if we can get success to start moving
I don't know what
here.
the hell's on the left hand side, but sure.
You can read the chat if you want to learn, Zunaid. There's the cues coming down fast. Success working well here, guys. Now we're getting that nice lift. Expecting to see also like Nvidia and AMD just start crashing here. So look at Nvidia. Now we got in what? 1, 2, 3 attempts to break through the highs, right? We could get a push back here, but what I like to do now is I put a trend line or a horizontal line right at those closings right there, 174.22. We want to see this start breaking a trend line here from the open. Look for that to start breaking down and closing towards 172.
On the SPY here, I'm going to go check on my washer real quick. But on the SPY, the area that I'm looking to go long via SPX calls again, because I'm a degenerate and I found a fun thing to play, it's going to be the 414.10 level. So if SPY wants to come down here, test the EMA and my SPY and my VWAP, I almost said something else. That'd be interesting in trying to scalp some longs. Do we use Benzinga screeners? Our man Ryan is our Benzinga screener because he calls out whatever he's seeing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can show you some of those screeners that he uses.
There it is.
So TZ, I basically use this exclusively when I'm doing any of the trading here. This is the only tool that I'm using. The only one that I'm using that you can't see is Squawk, because I have that in my ear so that it doesn't play over the stream and be caught up by my mic. Squawk is included with Benzinga Pro, by the way, just for clarity. What I'm doing here with the screener is very, very simple. I'm looking for relative volume. I'm looking for this. If you want a visual representation of it, this is what I'm looking for. These types of volume expansions often correlate with a price movement that I want to trade. And this scanner is designed to help that, or designed to find that, excuse me. So this subtype, these are on by default. If you open up a new scanner, these are going to be on by default. You need to make no adjustments to it. Common ADR and ETF. I don't like trade warrants and ETNs. If that's what you want to do, go ahead. Not my thing. Big things here, and I'm going to give you the reasons for it. By the way, as we're talking, NEPT going through that spot here. So if you have this, I'd trim it right here. This found off this scanner while we're doing this lesson. The volume over 1 million. The reason I have this set is because these stocks need to be liquid. I'm not going to bother with a stock that's trading 20,000 shares. I'm not going to be able to get in and out of that. I'm not going to be able to execute a trade. I need the stock to have volume flowing. We're looking for volume expansion. So eliminate all of the ones that don't have that. Volume over 1 million seems to be pretty good. You might even be able to bump that up to 2 million. I keep it at 1. RVOL 5M10D. I highly advise that you mouse over the question mark and read the examples so that you understand how this works. By putting the number 3 in here, I'm saying, scanner, show me everything that has an RVOL of 3 or higher during this time frame. 3 or higher, no upper boundary. And then because I'm trying to trade to the long side, I want to filter things for only long side opportunities. Change percent 1 minute. This is how much change via a percent happens in the past rolling 1 minute window. I have it at 0.2. I don't want it to trade up a full percent or a full 2%. By then the move's already done. I want to start this curl right here that you're seeing, right? Stock puts in a high, comes back down and starts to curl. This curl right here, as the volume expands, triggers this scan. Look what NEPT is doing right here while we're talking about this.
Such a nice setup on NEPT.
It's literally destroying this. It's literally like, it's like doing what we want it to do. So this is it. This is the scanner. And I just repeat this process every single day when the market is open. I use the movers tool to figure out what stocks are going to gap today. Then I set up the key levels. And then I use the scanner to tell me if they're trading on high relative volume. Look at NEPT go here.
Yeah, that honestly, I didn't want to interrupt you because you were talking about our good old friend Benzinga Pro, but that was probably one of the best setups I've seen in a long time. Look at this hourly chart. That's a pretty setup. 1 up, 1 down, 2 up, 2 down, 3 up, 3 down, breakout city. Let's go for it. You guys, there's a reason why I look for these kind of drives. And off that third drive, when you see in that hold, what I did was immediately when I saw that push up through the 240s, I looked here for the body closes. You can see here 236 on the hold of the pullback. Watch how this holds that pullback after that push. It went right up here to 250s, then held the pullback here to 238, 236 held. Look for the next extension up. Nice little push there.
On the SPX, I went and got filled the same exact contracts. Let me tell you my fill. 340s. 340s on the SPX. I'm going to look to sell some at, what in the world is that noise? Okay, I'm going to look to sell some at around 390s. 390s, got the sell side, ready to go. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
That nap was nice.
Yeah, that was sweet. This is what we do every day. This is how I trade these stocks every single day.
Come on.
I use the same formula. Wash, rinse, repeat. We got a breakout as we're talking about it. That's perfect. Perfect.
Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah, that's from something, but I can't place it.
I just saw it on TikTok. I don't know where they got it from, but there it is. Boom. Sold 3/4 at the 390 level. Going to go and hold some, but if it crosses below VWAP, I'm out. But again, take a look at why I wanted to take that trade, right? I didn't want to chase. I wanted to wait for a perfect bounce opportunity, and that's why I waited till it got to VWAP. I knew that's where I wanted to get in, and then I was able to get out nice and easy, and now those calls are going for about 420. I'm going to go ahead and sell some here at 420. I'm out of everything here at 420 on those SPX calls.
Man, I don't think I've heard that many 420s in a while.
Dude, okay, so here's, look, family show or not, turn your kids away.
Turn your kids away. Hide their eyes.
We've got a family wedding coming up in September, and my dad needed to get like a outfit, like a suit, tuxedo, all that, whatever. And so we went to Macy's. They told me it's gonna be $700. I told them, you're out of your mind if you think I'm paying that much. But long story short, we ended up going to Men's Warehouse, and it was $420.49 was the total after taxes and stuff. I almost looked at the person and I was like, can you charge me 20 cents more for the lulz? But I realized I'm like 30 plus and I shouldn't be making jokes like that. So I didn't. But, you know.
Zunaid, I think that you absolutely should have. I mean, we talked about GME when it was going crazy. Luke here from Benzinga sold at the key level of 420.69. I think it would only have been fitting if you were able to do that with your suit.
Those are the best sells, bro. The one you remember forever.
Charge me 20 cents more.
Can you please charge me 20 cents more? Those SPX calls, by the way, are now going for $350 on the bid. Would have been a beautiful $100 per contract, but I'll take my $40-50 per contract. But again, more important than the profits, take a look at the process. You can see above VWAP failed. Cool. You take an L right here. Second time around, you take a dub. Third time around, you take a dub. Money, money, money. And by the way, you've got Macy's, which I'm still holding on to a chunk of. It's up 4% on the equity side as it crosses above 20 and continues its rise. Let's see what next level I've got here. I think I'm going to sell at $20.32. This $20.32. Screw it, I'm just going to sell here. This is why I hate looking at my goddamn trades, because I always want to try to sell it. But I'm out. I'm out of bases. I got out here at $20.19. I'm all out.
Neptune getting crazier to trade here. It yanked all the way back down to what, 256 here, and went right back up. But this is moving all over the place. I would imagine if you hadn't, I'm gonna stay away from this name. Liable to get hurt here.
If you're liable, don't get hurt.
Having a good day. I don't want to ruin a good day for being an idiot.
Yeah, same thing for me. That's why I'm not going too crazy in this stock sess. Trying to get into it and size into the position, but can't risk too much there. It's been a really great day for us so far. Seeing the Qs now battling. And so is the SPY. It's battling
and
here.
BIVK here looks like it might have a spot at 220. I wonder what the sellers look like when we get up there. 220 bust here on VIVK. I think we go higher.
Oil stocks, what a day, and the day that I wish. I mean, I still made a lot of money on an oil stock, so I can't be too upset, but man, that XOM, really nice day above 95s now. If that keeps holding, that's going to be looking like a good chart. You saw Ron mention Oxy, so keep your eyes on those. Party!
VIVK right through 220. Let's see how much push we have here. 228's your high.
If you wanted to play IND, oh, what are you looking at? Here, I'll put yours up. Sorry.
VIVK. This look at this formation here.
There it goes.
So we're going right to highs. Let's go, boys. Let's pop this. Let's pop this off at 228. Long here, 219, by the way, on this trade. We'll see if we get there. There it goes.
There you go. Now I got success working in my direction, looking good here towards the 40s. Wanted to get to break through the 40s here, start making its way to VWAP.
There's another one.
And seeing the Qs top off. MRO, yeah, definitely another good one, Will.
Serena, this is, it sounds funny, but it's true. You can have a good day for the first 2 hours of the day, do something really dumb, and just feel all sad trombone for the rest of the day. I don't want to do that.
Amen to that.
I don't want to do that. So I just VIVK here. Great move right through that high.
Nice.
Still going here too.
Way to go on that.
Benzinga
INDO. If you like INDO, it's right at VWAP. So you can add small size here at the 1040s, and you can try adding again near $10.05 on INDO as it approaches that whole number. So if you believe in the sector, if you believe in the energy space for the day, you've got your shot right here. I'm going to take a look at SPY before I go ahead and it will be a quick copy to the other. I made this for a second. Cool. Sorry, I'm reading Slack. SPY though, coming back to test VWAP, wanted to hold here if you're looking to the long side.
Slacky slack.
Are AMC options trading? Yes. If you're trying to ask, are APE options trading? I have no idea. But I do see AMC available. They're adjusted, but I do see them available. And APE, I do not. Ape. All right, cool. I'm going to take my money. And this is why you want to scale out, especially on these SPX contracts. Because look, the ones that I sold at 390s, I was pissed because they went to 450s. Now they're right back at 350s. So like, you want to be very smart and scale out as needed. A SPY. Look at that wick on the 10-minute. Ryan, I kind of want to be dumb and trade INDO. Does it have options? Here, let's see if it has options. Second YOLO one before I leave. It does not have options.
All right, so someone asked me about the Party City chart. I think someone's loading into the 214 area. So what would pressure them is a break of the 204s. So I do think that there's somebody loading up there. You see a ton of shares that loaded up there today when it dipped through. And I've seen it multiple times around that 214. Someone's bigger into that 214. We'll see what happens. Success now getting up there to 415, looking good here on that trade.
All right, I'm out. I'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully, if the hotel Wi-Fi works, because it's always fun hanging out with you guys. But we will face those problems tomorrow. See you guys later.
Have a good one, Zunaid. Later. All right, we getting Zunaid on out of here. I'm going to hang on tight here, looking for this success to get back up there, looking for the cues to break the VWAP now, start heading back down there. You can see the party one that I talked about here around the 214. There's a lot of volume going through here. Definitely an area that I would be watching. If you take a look at the hourly or the 4-hour chart on that party city, you can see that 204 is actually being a better support. Around the 9 EMA is at 214, and you're looking for a push back above 240s if you're a bull in that name. Success looking really well for me with the cues trying to break down. So it looks like, at least from my outlook so far, not looking too bad for a morning pop, afternoon sell-off. We'll see what happens. There's the success now trying to get up towards the VWAP there. There's a nice push there. Now up to the 40-30s. We're in this one from 39.80s. So we're up about 60 cents on the name. Now try to let this continue to work here through the 40-42s. As we get back there through the 40-50s, I'll go ahead and take a little bit of profit going into the 41 area. And this could be a really nice trade for us.
NEPT is up near 290 right now.
Yeah.
We played that around 220.
This has a setup towards 310.
Exactly. This is just unreal how strong this was. How great.
Yeah, honestly, when you called it out, I looked at that chart and I was like, ooh, that looks enticing.
And that's the thing. Other traders are seeing the same.
296 there. Boom. That's why I usually like to sell. Like if I was looking for a push to 3, I look to sell around maybe the 295s to 297, somewhere in there, right before it.
Right under it. Sure.
Yeah, because sometimes you get a little too picky with that 3 and you put out the limit at 3 and you don't get the fill. But if you put out that limit at 295 or 296 there, you got the fill and you're already through this and you don't have to go through the pullback. I hate getting through that pullback. Would rather take the outs on the pops.
The thing about this pullback is that the more buying there is, the more it stays up here, the higher the likelihood it is going through the high. So, I mean, if it gets yanked all the way back down to a 240, sure, we could build back up through the rest of the day, curl, do all that stuff. But if it stays up here and doesn't really get yanked, it'll pop through that high when we test it.
Ooh, looks like I was able to nail
right now. We'll see here. I'm not in this, by the way. I like I said, I don't want to ruin my day trying to go after something here.
Next one that I think is a really nice setup here is this INDO. This one likes to make runs. Look at this little bottoming around this 1040. Looked interesting here. I'd look for a pullback here towards 1030s to risk maybe off of the 10 for a push back up. But to each his own, you know, this one's interesting. Look at the daily chart on this one. This one's really taking off lately. That's why we like PEL also. They're all in the same area. All in the same area. So keep these on watch. BORR is another one that I was watching today to make another step up, but we'll see what happens there. Apple showing some topping out, kind of what I expected, a little push up and then a pull back. It didn't even get into that gap zone.
By the way. Right through 3. Yeah, there was a huge block there. They took it. Went as high as 310, 343, your next spot. I mean, just unbelievable, Mitch. We called this trade from the very beginning.
Yeah. Nice little setup on that one. Resistance comes into right around the 290s, and then from there it's 319s, and then you get into a gap zone above 330s. Tesla did me wrong earlier in the day and then it reversed on me. Look how when it did this down move, it stopped me out and then it eventually went up. That's just how it goes sometimes. See the cues here. Are we going to crack down and start cracking this SPY? Or are we going to not find the bounce here? Still in the green for success, but just keeping an eye on it.
INDO, huge pull off that spot that you were just looking at.
Yeah, INDO. One's an interesting one for sure on the day. Definitely a fast mover there. All right, let's take a look around here. Instead of energy, I know we talked about basic materials, but copper having an amazing day there. FCX about 6%. A lot of highs in the same area, so just be careful. It is running to resistance, but a big push out the gates today on FCX. Aluminum getting some lifts here. Silver up today. That could mean that the dollar is down, so just be careful on that. I'm not the biggest proponent of silver, but when the dollar is down, you will see it get some lift. X gonna give it to you. It's at the VWAP now. It's interesting little pullback here. Keep that one on your radar. You could also watch maybe NUE, Nucor. Nucor is interesting. It's actually below VWAP. And Steel Dynamics is another one that I like, and that's off of the VWAP there. If you're looking for upside moves there, gold getting some pullback today, getting a push up today. Of course, I was talking about this, where we're going to get a day 2 move in gold. We're getting that day 2 move, but I would be careful with a strong dollar. Farming and heavy and construction, getting some lift. CAT, 3% day there, guys. Reversal there in CAT and BE today. Getting some nice little lift. Nice tight consolidation. Now pushing here for DARE. It's not a bad stock to watch. All right, let's go towards some other stocks.
That's the one I highlighted this morning. I think that's either a breakup or a breakdown.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. I think it's a breakup.
Like it's trying to break out here.
To me, I think it's a breakout. Yeah. That's what it looks like to me. And gives you a level to go off of with that tight consolidation. Now you're looking for the prior resistance to become support. So any pullbacks like, let's say, 375s or 372s, that's what I would be looking for to jump into the party. You know, I don't like to buy on those big push-ups, but I do like to buy on pullbacks after a stock has made a nice push.
INDO just this is so dirty. This was so dirty. Trying to take this spot out here. Let me put it up on my chart real quick. Let me put it up on my chart real quick. Yeah, this is the spot right here. It's trying to take out, right? That we got top of this wick here, 1082 to 1085. This spot has a lot of resistance in it. In this candle here, they're trying to hit it. Or in this candle here, they're trying to hit it. They yanked it all the way back down to 1052. Flushes out any of the day traders that are trying to play for that. Start to curl here, back and forth. They bust through it and immediately yank this back. I mean, this is dirty action here. Very, very difficult to trade unless you just hold it. And if you're using day trading size, it's going to be very easy to get chopped up on something like that. Dirty move. All
right, added there on StockS now towards an average of 39.89. Looking for it to hold 40s and 39.86 on pullbacks. Looking for the push up. So now I'm risking about 5 cents on the trade for a push back there towards potentially making over the 40-50 mark. That's what, 60 cents there. So not looking too bad there for a little bit of risk return here. Let's see what happens in StockS. Another thing that you want to watch is the Qs continuing down and the SPY breaking down also. Here's the Qs trying to take out the lows. Let's see if we can take out that last 1042 3-minute candle, or you can go on the 5 and looking for a low there of 314.86 to break.
INDO looked like it is trying to go through 11 here. God, just nasty. There it is through 11. Big pop here. Nasty, nasty trading. That's why day trading is hard right there. That chart on INDO, that 1-minute chart on INDO right there. That's tough.
It is tough. That's for sure. See if I can get this nice little push up here through the VWAP on StockS.
INDO's volume today is insane.
Going a little bit closer here on the clock to watch the Qs here. Qs are going to matter for me. If the Qs can really start breaking back down here towards that 313.60 down there, all the way down there, I think I have a great trade on here in StockS. So just giving myself the opportunity to get the gains. Get them gains. F45. What was that one, Ryan?
FBXL, I think. FLXV.
F45. That's all I got.
It's not on my scanner anymore, so I can't hear it.
FXLV. I got it.
FXLV.
And it is setting up here. Look at that little setup.
Actually, yes, it is. Thank you, Mitch.
Little setup there. It's interesting. Held the 240s pullback. We talked about the 242 pullback.
Yep,
really
253,
nice
and there's a spot here on it.
Yeah.
They're taking it. Oh, I tried. I didn't get filled. Wild. I put my order out. I didn't get filled.
It happens.
And it went right
It's
through.
probably a little bit of a liquid stock, but hey, definitely a nice little
Good
setup.
shot though, Mitch.
Yeah, it was a good.
That was
it was a
good.
good look. I tried to get my flex on,
259's your high here if they can take it.
Let's see if the hedge boys went out to lunch and said we're going to short this market in the afternoon after we take lunch. Let's see what happens. Sometimes I feel like that actually does happen, Ryan. I don't know
Like
about
they
you.
go out together. They
they all go to lunch
market.
at the same spot. I don't know. I need to find out the Wall Street lunch spots and just go out to lunch because I don't know. It seems like they're all on the same tape sometimes.
There are no secrets on Wall Street.
Except the good lunch spots.
Mitch, that was an unbelievable spot there, right on FXLV, right as it moved through there. I'm still kind of amazed at that. We're having a great day today.
I have a tendency of finding those right at the moment. So it doesn't give me a time to really kind of take an assessment. Yeah. But I always have a tendency of finding them and going back to them right when they're doing their thing. Look at that nice little
There
setup.
It goes, right through the high. Right
Good
through the high, dude.
there.
It did it.
Good little trade. I don't know who was able to nail that one or not, but it's not a bad trade at all.
No, 50. We had 53 to 64 right here in a matter of less than a minute. So unreal on that action on that. All right, Mitch, I actually have a meeting here right at 11. So I'm going to go and prepare for that.
No worries.
We'll be back at this tomorrow. Another great day here from the folks on the desk and in the community. Stay green, stay safe. We'll see you tomorrow, folks.
See you there. All right. There's Ryan out of here. I'm going to be here, though. I'm not going anywhere, guys. Still that FXLV, getting that push. Still in success. Made a good trade on HUSA. Going to look for some more trades. If you guys got some tickers that are in your mind, throw it on up. Let's take a look. All right, Ryan having another good day. Zunaid killing it like always. I'm focused in here on success. If I do get stopped out on this, it's probably going to be through the 78s here. Going to go ahead and just watch it here. It might stop me out on this pullback. There he goes. Just got hunted there. I feel like the market makers just hunted my stop there. But, hey, small stop out there. Very, very small stop out for me on success. I could stay in it. Q's bouncing there. Tells me it's okay to get out. We can always get back in. Small loss there and move forward. Still deep into the green today. So, all right, let's take a look at what else is trading on out there. Let's go to some sector and industry outlook. Energy continuing to run here. So stocks like BOR getting some nice lift. I talked about that one just a short while ago. NBR, PTEN, all these kind of stocks, these cheaper names getting that lift. HP, oil and gas getting a nice little drive today. RIG is another one you guys can watch. A lot of these cheaper names having some good moves today. NE is another one you guys can watch here off the VWAP. That actually looks really interesting for me. I've never traded this stock. I can tell you it's very low volume, but it looks nice here to hold the 32, get back towards 33. Interesting play there. Not something I'm going to take right now because it's illiquid. I don't want to be going into liquid stocks for you guys, but it looks interesting for me. All right, let's continue going. This I traded HUSA, that's an oil, gas, and EMP. And look how this has been going today. Look at these stocks. Big lift up. INDO, the biggest leader there, 45% up. VIVK getting some nice little lift there. GBR. Look at that little lift. Just got a huge little pump there of volume. So just be careful on this one. Definitely kind of more of a pump and dump. But, hey, getting that nice lift. HUSA now up to $5.25 here. You guys saw me nail this one earlier. I'm going to take a look to see if it gets that next step up. Even IMPP making some lift up today. Well, keep these on your radar. They could have a strong day throughout. So success there. Oh, I got hunted there. It's right back there to the 40s. Got hunted on that pullback there. And now it looks like it's going to take off. I'm going to leave it alone here. But, hey, not a bad trade for me today on HUSA. And that's what got me into the green. We'll see what else is moving out there. Technology, what is getting the lift today? It looks like semiconductor equipments and solar, also semiconductors. We talked about that they could get the bounce. Max N finding a little bit of a bounce today, up 9%. Nova getting a little bit of a bounce. One that I wanted to watch was EMPH. Was it going to get a significant bounce or not here from the pullback? You can see it caught the support there around the 275. It's trying to make its way back towards 295. That's EMPH. All right, you guys throw up those stocks. I'll check them on out. I'm going to rewind here. I see Lucid. Oh, man, that Lucid. Lucy, I'm home. No, Lucid is just the dreamers are starting to give up. I feel like it. Let's keep going. Let's get towards the next one. Stop Hunters out for blood. Yeah, they took me. I'll tell you that much. GM, taking a look there. GM holding on right now towards the 39. Nice little pullback here to 38.80s. Held the VWAP pullback there. Take a look at the daily, though. You have some support underneath it around the 9, but if the 9 breaks and we're right back down to 38s, that's where I would really be concerned on this one. It's okay to get this little gap fill back up. And you can see this stock has been gapping all over the place. There's a gap here, and there's also a gap here. So a lot of gaps in between this. Wait till you get outside of this range. That's what I would be watching. 39.50s, a breakdown here of back up towards 38.21s or 38s would show us where it really wants to head. A lot of this, I think, is on Tesla. What happens to Tesla? If Tesla gets back up through the 940s, you could easily see GM back up. Same thing I feel about Ford. If Tesla's going to be up, you'll probably see these hang on tight. If Tesla comes down, you'll probably see them get crushed. Keep it green. No need to give money back. Yeah, I gave back a tiny bit there, but I gave also the ability for this move right here. Success. Look at it. I missed it by a hair. Look at that. Got stopped out because I got a little bit pretty on the stop. Didn't hold to my original stop, which was going to be 39.50s. But look, it's up there to 40.40s. Would have been a really nice add there, and then a nice nail up there towards 40.50s. Would have been able to take half of them out there and look for the extension above. So it wasn't a bad trade outlook. And I'm just trying to nail on execution. Keep nailing on execution. Not worrying about if I'm going to be green or red. Just trying to take what I think are the best trades out there. SBLK, let's go ahead. Starboat, let's take a look there. It's trying to get through 26.15s. Not a bad little level. It did hold the VWAP bounce and came right back up there. Now you got a couple of highs in that area. Let's take a look at the 15-minute chart. You're trying to get and continue this trend of higher lows, continue that trend and get on up through that level here. If you can get through the 26.17, then you can get that next step up. But right now it is looking like it's fighting up here. Could pull back to 26 first before it gets that next lift. We'll see what happens here. It's in between here, battling with the bears. Of a crackdown towards 25.85 would get me concerned of a turnaround. All right, let's go towards another one. OVV. I don't know this one. Oil and gas name too. Not a bad one there. Of course, very similar stock to those INDO. This one looks like it's trying to get up here towards 55, 54 today. Doesn't have too much more, but I feel like it had an amazing run here. Not a bad stock. 1 run, 2 runs, essentially here I would give it. And so it could have that 3rd run to go to 56 or 55, but I don't see too much more from that OVV. It's been a really nice move though today. Can't be mad about that. You guys have any opinions on Treasury potential moves in light of Jackson Hole, strong dollar? Well, Texas Mike, what I would just be watching, of course, is going to be what? Well, you're going to get comments from Fed Chair Jerome Powell. Will they be hawkish? How hawkish? That's going to be the outlook here. That's going to be something that depends on it. And it's going to move the treasuries according to that. I think you keep an eye out on what happens with the dollar. The dollar, a strong dollar, is going to go ahead and show us that we got to be careful on equities, and we got to be careful also for commodities to get that next rip. Of course, a lot of oil is priced in dollars. So when dollar gets stronger and you're seeing the euro goes down, their purchasing power is going down in the Europe. And so what ends up happening here, it definitely hurts them. And so we'll see what happens here. Strong dollar has been lately something to keep an eye out, and it's going to be something to keep watching moving forward. CRK, All right, Comstock brought up here by Jay Rice. Let's take a look there. Oil stock, getting the nice lift. That's a nice one. Looks like more like a UNG chart. That CRK. Not a bad move. All right, STBX. Not my type of stock. Looks like a brand new stock. I wouldn't be trading this, but to each his own. Oh, it just opened? Yeah, not my type of stock. I don't like battling these. David Green on Benzinga today. Dan, that would be on Benzinga Live. I'm not positive. I can take a look right quick. Let me see here what we got on the chart today. Yeah, I do think David Green should be on today on Benzinga Live, so tune in to that. That's going to be at 11:30. All right, let's keep going. How about Zoom puts? Well, you guys know how I felt this morning about Zoom. I'm really bearish Zoom, and now it's starting to come back down. Look at that. Still coming on down here, and look at that. Now down to the 84s. I was talking about this yesterday, that if we rejected down through that 94, this was looking like it wanted to come back down towards those 80s. It's on its way there. 84 now. Zoom just coming down. That's going to crush Kathy. So that's why I like this. I like Sark on a move today to get back up above on this pullback. Look at that pullback, that opportunity towards 54 today. Now back up there to 55, 55. I would look for VWAP to hold here, somewhere in between here, holding, and then trying to risk maybe off to 55 for a move back on up. ARKK keeps cracking down. Well, you're going to continue to see some of these stocks just continue to get pummeled. What are some of the stocks that are getting hit hard today? Zoom, of course, one of her second highest holding. Signify also coming down here. This gave it lift yesterday. It could be bringing it down fast today. Shopify down fast. Square down today. Roku down. Some of her biggest positions down. What's holding her up right now is Tesla. Tesla is one of the biggest leads right now, and it's her biggest position. If Tesla leaks into the red, watch out. ARKK probably coming down. Affirm, one of the stocks that I want to short the most, is down there towards $30. As you guys can hear my bias, I'm extremely biased to the bear side on Affirm. I don't like this stock. I don't like what they do, and I think in the long run, they're going to get hurt by the consumer. But really, they did the hurting on the consumer with this whole buy now, pay later thing, and these kind of loans that I think are really kind of atrocious. All right, MSTR. MSTR is one that I think is a great short opportunity for the long run if you think that Bitcoin's going to continue to struggle. And I do think MicroStrategy has a really good business outside of their Bitcoin business, but in their Bitcoin business and what they decided to do there, I'm not a fan of here. I don't think it's the best opportunity for a business to be kind of taking a bunch of Bitcoin, but to each his own. We'll see what happens there on MicroStrategy. TEL, says Will. TEL's been one we've been talking about multiple times today. A close above 477 is what you want to see by the end of the day. You can see it turned around there. Tried to make those breakouts, now coming back to 470s. You want it to close above that 477 by the end of the day. That success would have been a nice one there. Now just continuing to go. I would have let this one kind of work for me as a swing trade, but I got a little bit happy there and added on to it. But it would have been a really nice trade there as you're seeing it back up to 40-60s. I'm not doing bad lately. I'm just going to try to keep things going. Don't stress things that you can't change now. You got stopped out. You let it go. It's okay. You had that nice outlook, nice approach. Didn't execute on staying to the risk, change the risk, and that was the issue here. All right, let's keep going. What are the other stocks that you guys are taking a look at? It's been a good move. Screw Affirm. I'm with it. Thoughts on MND? Let's take a look. Man, that would have been a nice one. MindMed. I don't know why I'm messing it up here. MNMD. That's such a hard ticker to remember there. It's not doing anything. MindMed not doing a single thing. When stocks pop above $1, I want to see them hold that $1, not break right back down the next day. That shows me that it doesn't want to hold the $1. CRM just coming down. Software name, application name is where I think these just get crushed. I could see CRM easily back down to 160s. Not a stock that I like here. And I think this is just kind of getting more in a bear's tune here. All right, LAC, not a bad move. I was looking for a nice up move here in lithium. Now it's really starting to make that push up. You could also watch MP to get that lift back there towards the 39. Not a bad one to keep on watch. Any leveraged oil like SOXS? Yes, there's Gush. There's Gush and Drip. Those are the dextrin, direction. So if you look at directions ETFs, you'll find some of these. Drip is to the downside, Gush is towards the upside. So if you're trading towards the upside today, you're trading Gush towards the upside. This is one of my favorite trades, just so you can know. Urban, those are the ones that I like. And these are two times leverage, not 3 times though. I think there was a 3-time leverage one, but it went away. I think it was DTW. Yeah, DTW. It went away. All right, Vail being brought up here in the chat. Let's take a look there. All right, lithium player in metals and minerals getting some nice lift. Vail here, nice little push back here. This is a good one that could start pushing back and trying to fill this gap from 1370s up to 14 or 1396. Yeah, 1396. Yeah, Gush and Drip. Day traded vehicles for sure, but not bad ones. Coal just popped a little bit. Let's take a look. Coal is, of course, UNG, but I wouldn't be trading coal because I think UNG is going through the moon eventually. Just give me 1 second, guys. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. Just had to get a little choked up sometimes on some of these trades. You know, they're so good that, you know, you just shed a tear or not. All right, keeping an eye on UNG, what happens with natural gas. Of course, remember, guys, next week there's a shutdown of the natural pipeline, the Nord Stream 1. This is what you need to keep on watch to see what happens in this situation. If you're looking at natural gas, keep your eyes to see what happens. That would be August 31st to September 2nd. So going into that 31st date, so that's Wednesday next week. On Monday and Tuesday, I would be looking for a run into that move, but we'll see what happens with UNG. And also you could take a look, of course, at Boyle, the Widowmaker. SoFi volume coming in. Ooh, looks like somebody's talking out there. Yeah, the SoFi is moving there. I'll take a little bit of a shot here. I'll take a swing trade. All right, let's take a swing trade on that SoFi that we talked about today, because I don't want it to be one of those things where I talk about it and I don't even eat my own kind of food, my own kind of wisdom there. I'm going to take a little shot. Of course, this is swing trading. So what do I mean by swing trading? I'm going to do a very small risk here. I'm going to look at the daily levels, and I'm going to go off the daily low, which is 601, 601. All right, so then we can use $6 as the risk here. And we look to it to get back there towards a good gain. We're risking about, what, 17 cents here. So we need at least 30, 40 cents on the upside. So move, let's say, towards 650s at minimum. And then we can look for the next move up to 670. We'll see what happens. I'm not even going to pay attention if there's news right now. I'm just telling you guys how I'm taking this approach. Does not mean that you guys have to take this at all. Like always, guys, not financial advice, only educational purposes. But I did set up the trade on how I would approach this. So let's see what happens now. Who knows? Maybe it runs beforehand. Thank you, Chermo, for bringing it up. I'll take the shot. All right, we'll see what happens there. It's the 618s now. We got there at 616, actually. I got the average. So let's see what happens now. Does it really take off or not? That's what I'll just keep on watch. Now 620s. We'll see what happens. I mean, you got the little lift. Definitely something happened there. I'll take a look to see what happens out there. Tesla coming down. Ooh, Tesla got up there towards the 890s. Remember, I talked about it in pre-market. I was looking for a run up towards 892s and then a turnaround. Not a bad trade there if you're able to nail Tesla today. Now it's starting to turn around. Be careful with the Qs coming down fast. That's what's going on here. You can see it there. So ARKK probably coming down also. SARK looking for it to kind of take that lead up. If it gets the VWAP bounce, it's going to be looking really well here. SOX S trying to hold the VWAP. Doesn't look too bad. DE holding up through the market pullback. Yeah, it's strong stock. Strong relative move there. USO. USO is one that I don't like really trading that much. I don't like the patterns that it holds, but it's doing well today, of course. Macy's, the stock that Zunaid traded up today, now turning back around. We'll see if it catches the VWAP bounce towards 950. What do we got? 961s or 1950s. That's what I'd be looking. We'll see what happens out there. All right. What other ones are moving? DKND, did we still pull back still? Yeah, pulling back a little bit. I actually was looking for a dip buy in this one down towards 16, but we'll see if we get back down there. I remember when I was trading this to the short side from it flipping back. All right, MindMen, not something I think that's going to get the biggest move, but we talked about it. It needs to get back above $1. If it doesn't get back above $1, it's not worth it. Party City, I've talked about those levels, the 214 level. Now it's getting back above VWAP, so you're going to keep an eye on it here. If it could get a good volume pump, it could start getting moved. Of course, you need also maybe a good little push there, but we'll see what happens in Party City. I know that there's a lot of people watching this one. All right, time to take a look around. What else is getting that lift? All right, let's go ahead. Let's take a look at our trade of the day, which was HUSA. Not a bad move out the gates here. Let's go towards the 1 minute and explain our trade of the day. Not a bad one there. HUSA. All right, our trade of the day time brought to you by, of course, Benzinga Pro. Let's take a look here at the trade on HUSA. We had a nice pattern here where we were starting to build, and we were getting a little bit of the cut through the VWAP, but it was coming back through it. When we got through it right here, when we started actually making higher lows, and it started holding the trend back through the VWAP, we added again, getting our average really close to the 504 level. Then looking for the break above the trend. We took profits into that first trend. And right there, when we took that profit, we got a little bit of an extension. I went and took some more profit into above, of course, the high of these closes, because that's what I was looking for, a move up there above that, and took some profit. As it pulled back, it actually held the VWAP here, which was very important. These 3 holds of VWAP gave it the ability to get that next round up, and getting through that level up there towards the 520s, eventually taking some profit out there in the 528 area, 531s, and eventually taking it all out right there at that 528. Really not a bad trade there. If you take a look at it, even from that second entry towards the high there, it's about 7% there on the max shares. Not a bad trade there on HUSA today. All right, HIMS consistently green on red days. That's interesting. HIMS getting some lift. Not a bad one to watch. I mean, long term, I think HIMS is not the worst company. I mean, it is down there. It is way further down than when it IPO'd, but this one did IPO'd, it's SPAC. But it doesn't look too bad. Let it pull back towards the 50 or the 60 EMA. So pull back to 566. Look to see if it catches some bid again. Nothing that stands out to me on that daily chart. NEP curling, trying to get back up there. Yeah, it pulled back here, came back right towards around the support of 257. Now trying to take that next leg up there through the 3 and probably trying to continue through the 310s. We'll see if it gets back up there. Of course, you want to see this kind of get that nice lift here off the VWAP. Some volume increasing there. Not a bad little move there. I'd want it to hold 265 on some pullbacks and get that next lift up. We'll see what happens there. NEPT. All right, let's go ahead. Let's continue going there. So any Biden student loan retrieval will help SoFi correct. Expecting an announcement on SoFi bounce in the next week or so. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Essentially, Urban, that's the trade. All right, let's go ahead. Let's continue going here. Let's take a look at what is moving on out there. It looks like tech still getting that nice little push. What's up with the Qs? Qs bounced off of that 313.60s. Now just going sideways, playing a little bit of some chop action. Just be careful there with the chop. All right, what other ones we should kind of keep an eye out for? Let's go ahead. Let's take a look at what earning stocks were moving today. How did Palo Alto move here? Pan W getting off the VWAP here. Not a bad little move here. I know this is a little bit too extended though, so just be careful. The stock is super extended on up, had a 10% day. We'll see if it can continue moving. All right, we're going to get you guys over to 11:30. That's where we're going to bring you over to, of course, Benzinga Live. And David Green will be there. So go ahead and check him out on Benzinga Live. That's coming on next. Let me go ahead and make sure that we got the redirect set up to Benzinga Live. There you go. Now I set it up there. Time to short Europe. Man, AB taking some step on up there. Don't miss it, guys. That's going to be coming up at 11:30. I want to do a little second here to go ahead and do a little promotion for my event later today. Check it out, guys. I'm going to be on none other than the Fantasy Pros team's mock draft later today at 5 p.m. Eastern. If you're a fantasy football fan, come check me out on Fantasy Pros. I'll give you guys the link to check that on out if you guys want to do that. If you can do me the favor, drop in kind of like a Money Mitch in their chat. Show them that, we have some audience here that enjoys what I do. I would truly appreciate this, guys. It just goes ahead and push me forward in the sports fantasy world. And if you guys want to see us continue making moves in Benzinga, it would definitely help out. That's at 5 p.m. Eastern later today. And don't mind it if you guys could do me the favor and just throw up a Money Mitch in their chat so they know that we're out there. All right, let's go to stocks out there. What are you guys looking at? I see Net being brought up in the chat. That's a software infrastructure name. Did get a bounce up today. Will they get another lift? Is it a buy the dip kind of day, or are the Qs going to come and crack the bottom? I would actually just wait until see what happens in the Qs and these overall names. Not taking too many trades now, as I'm seeing the action just slow down. Unless you're doing like kind of these VWAP bounces, that doesn't look too bad. Like maybe you got Nvidia at 172 and you're looking for the push back to 174. I can't blame you on that outlook. We'll see what happens. SoFi up there and now getting a lot of volume lining up in this name. I think this one might try to make a run here after this quick pullback to 6. We'll see what happens there. In this one, full disclosure, now starting to make a nice little push here. We'll see what happens in that one. Thank you, Chairmo. Oxy, what a move. Warren Buffett is banking today. Yes, 15 minutes has another push on up. Maybe Warren was getting some of that pullback in the 68. Who knows? But I'll tell you one thing. Energy on the move. XOM to 97. That's why I was watching oil for that next ramp through 95. I've talked about this level plenty of times. If you guys caught stock market movers, we talk about this level often. MRO also taking the step up there towards 26, getting back up there. We'll see if it can get back into the trend up there to above the 30s. Definitely a good day here for some oil names. Chevron getting that lift up there back towards 162. Will Chevron go for a 200 push? Who knows? But I'll tell you one thing, definitely a strong day there for oil. Warren owns 50% of Oxy. At least from what I know, he has the ability to add to 50%. I don't think he has 50% right now, Buglog, but who knows? Maybe fact check me. You tell me if I got my facts wrong. Shares of energy company are trading higher amid a rise in oil prices after Saudi Arabia suggested OPEC Plus could possibly make output cuts. Well, I'll tell you what, D. Cole, if you were watching Stock Market Movers yesterday, my afternoon show, guess who was talking about the Saudi Arabia pulling back production? It was me on that show because I thought that was massive news in oil after recently Biden was over there trying to increase production. Now they're talking about cutting production. Why would they want to do that? Well, if they do that, what they're going to do is essentially cause a spike in the price, which is what they're trying to do, right? They're trying to spike it back over $100 a barrel, get it back up there to $110 a barrel, and then release some production back out there, then increase production. But they want to get that price back up there so they can make the maximum amount of money. That's what oil is all about. It's all about the money in oil, and you got to be careful. There's always kind of this kind of two-faced approach there in the oil markets. Sometimes you're hearing that people are producing more and not and selling to the open market, like they're trying to produce as much as they can to make money at these high prices. But a clear example is here where Saudi Arabia kind of strong arm says, you know what? We might cut production a little bit. So that, boom, you see the price get on up there, and then they sell for $10, $20 more a barrel. And of course, when you're selling millions of barrels, well, you see how that can work, right? Definitely gives them a little bit more money to work with. We'll see what happens in oil if it continues to ramp on up. It's something that I think is massively important to the inflation. And if oil keeps ramping, be careful, guys. It's going to be a tough winter out there. All right, we'll see what happens in the markets today. It's 11:19. Time to put on some tunes. It's our time to go ahead and put on some tunes, keep things going. If you guys got any tickers to keep on watch, throw it on up here. I'm still watching this SoFi trying to battle here. Let's go back to that HUSA that was kind of my best trade today. It's trying to break through the highs and continue that next step up. All right, trying to get some music on here for us, get some tunes flowing in. All right, let's go ahead. Let's do this. Here we go. All right, the Benzinga news feed on August 22nd said Warren won approval to take up to 50%. 100%. Bug log, remember what I told you. He says he has the approval. You'll find out if he actually took the stake. You know Warren's taking it, yes. But what price is the important part there, in my eyes, Bug. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get some tunes on here. Let's keep the vibe going today, guys. It's been a great week here. Second day in a row into the green. Let's keep battling now. Let's see what else is out there to keep trading. TEL setting on up for that next step up there, 2.5. I actually like this outlook here. I'm willing to take a little bit of a scalp trade here. Like this outlook here. I want to see the volume really kind of set on up here. There, I see it setting up on the bid side. I'm taking a little bit here. Just took a little bit at 481. This is a scalp type of trade here for us, guys. Smash the like if you guys enjoy me taking another trade here and pushing the limits here. Let's see what happens. There's been an up 1, up 2, down 2, up 3. It held that support right around, let's say, the 476. Let's see if it can hold this low here, 478. Take out the 487s and going towards 5 here on TEL. Took a little bit here. Going to risk down towards that 476. Going to look for a nice push towards the 487s. And then when it gets through there, we're looking for a push back towards 5. Daily outlook has some resistance above. So remember, if we can get through that 87, I think we get towards that 5. That's going to be the interesting spot here on the daily outlook. Pullbacks to 476 is what we want to see. Make sure that holds there. Taking a shot here, guys. I don't mind. INDO, how's that one? Man, that one's been a ripper since we've been watching that. Yeah, INDO getting crazy. I'm glad I brought it up really early. LabU, I got you, Zoe. All right, Zoe, looking at LabU, Biotech Bull. Interesting here, seeing that, getting that call. If you look at healthcare, biotech's actually been in the red. So I would be a little bit concerned about this because lately we have been seeing a downturn in biotech. A lot of that coming from a leader like Moderna. Look how Moderna's been acting this last pullback. Is this a pullback that could get bought up? Yes, it could be. But for my eyes, I think biotech is coming down fast. Is that lab view a bull? Yeah, it's a bullish look here towards the upside. For me, I mean, you have some levels to go off here on the daily. You can clearly see it. 950s around here, around this kind of closing price level. We should find some support. The next layer down is towards the 882 level. And so I'd be watching that to see if it breaks there. If you're looking for a dip buy there, hey, can't blame you for taking the opportunity. Do I think this is one that I'd be taking? I actually think the rotation went away from it, but maybe the rotation comes back. It's something to keep on watch, and it's in the in-between, but nice support to go off of around the 950. You saw it even break that today towards 937s. I wouldn't want to see 950s break now. I'd want it to get back and close above 10. Once you get that move, it looks like it's coming back. We'll see what happens there. Question, Mitch. Anyone who can answer, when Genius made their announcement, there was a lot of talk about it skyrocketing. Why did it do exact opposite? Well, a lot of that you don't have the answer to. I mean, let's just be honest. There's nothing 100%. If I could tell you that something would be 100%, I'd be lying to you, Ilana. But I'm not going to lie to you. What I'm going to tell you is on Genius Brands, right? The outlook was, wow, massive revenue change. And yes, but look back in the history of this stock. Every pop has come down. And when every pop comes down, you need to see a change of trend for you to really think that this is going to stay up there. So what do you need? You need a couple of what I call day two moves, where you get a day one pop and a day two following. This one popped for 1 day and came quickly right back down. It actually closed at 86, gets back above the $1. $1 is important. When we get above it on a stock that's in kind of these exchanges, they want to stay above that $1. They don't want to go back below that $1. So you want to see that hold pullbacks towards, let's say, in this case, I would have wanted it to hold pullbacks towards like 96, 97. Those were what I would have been watching. If it would have held sideways there at 1, I would have been looking for another pop towards 120. But that breakdown below 1 and closing at 86 just shows me that it tried to get over 1 and it did have the momentum in the intraday, but not the momentum on the swing for the move above, and it just rejects right back down there. A lot of it is probably the dilution also in this stock. There's a lot of bag holders. So on that pop, they get the move back above 1 and they try to get out before they get in gets too good. There you go, Zoe. All right, let's go for this TEL. TEL is just hanging out here. I'm trying to see if it's going to take that next step up or not. We really don't want it to break down here through the 78. Wanted it to take that next step to 485s. All right, guys, we got about 4 minutes left here. It's time to keep the tunes going and keep the vibes out there. Keep the vibes going. Buy the rumors, sell the news. Exactly. All right, let's go. Let's see what happens here. SPY, what's the SPY doing? Coming back down there. Q's also. Gonna keep flying through this market. Gotta keep flying through it. It's not easy. It's not easy. Apple back into the red. Remember when I talked about this in the pre-market? I was looking for a green opening followed by red in a lot of these names. Now you're starting to see it. Microsoft back into the red. Google back into the red. Look for Tesla to flip. Tesla's the next one, and Nvidia to go back. I'll be looking for those to flip. If those get flipped, I think the market starts to following and gets dragged. Just to be careful out there. Tesla and Amazon, some of the big boys that are up right now. Look to see if Amazon kind of comes right back down to the lows. If it does that, it'll be back into the red. What's that song? This is Sticky Fingers. Sticky Fingers. How to Fly. One night. Let's go. All right, TEL trying to take that step up here. Can we get another trade in here on TEL? Let's go. Souls. All right. Are you holding any swing longs you've been holding on to? Jeff, right now I don't. Normally I do. I took some swing trades about 2 weeks ago when we were getting this kind of run on up. A lot of that was in DraftKings. But now I would be more looking at swings down, but I need some real kind of recovery. These stocks have dropped way too fast. So I would be looking at maybe some shorts. If I wanted to look at some swings, I am taking right now the swing in SoFi though. Let's talk about that. SoFi, I am taking a little bit of a swing here, but this is all off looking to see if the catalyst comes in it about the schools and the kind of the borrowing getting forgiven. If that happens, I think you see this pop, but I'm just taking a swing trade off of that. Nothing big there, really small position. TEL, not trying to hold right now. I'm trying to give it a chance here, but it's battling. Looking for that next step up there. Nerdy pop. Let's take a look there. Nerdy is NRDY. Let's go. Ooh, that is a nice little pop there. 800 shares. 800,000 shares. Definitely a fast mover here. Be careful, guys. Getting that nice lift on up already 12%. Look for pullbacks below 3. That's what I would be looking for. Let's take a look at the daily chart. Where do you run into resistance? Resistance coming into play somewhere around the 335. So looks like first step up is going to be the 320s here, coming through that high to the left. We'll see if it gets through there and takes the next step up. Not a bad one. That's getting some good pump there, up there to 319s now. Did it pull back there towards the 3 right there for a second? No, it just pulled back to 308s. We'll see what happens here. TEL cracking back down here. I'm going to go ahead and hold towards the 76. Anything cracks the 76, and I'll just get on out here. Should have cracked it at the 478. Was looking at this nerdy trade, but it is what it is. If I lose, what is it, 5 cents here, 6 cents here, it's not going to kill my day. Just keep on watch here on TEL to see if it cracks. TEL might stop me out here around the 75s. Try to give it that chance to get up there. Here's the bid. Let's see what happens here. If we get some fill there at 75, we'll just go ahead and get out. There's a bidder there at NASDAQ on 75, 200s. Got to be safe here. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get on out of here. I'll let you guys know what happens in TEL, but definitely stay tuned, guys. We're going to keep going here. Up next, you guys got some Europe action with AB. Don't miss it. And do me the favor, guys, like I talked about earlier today, catch me today on the PPR mock draft for Fantasy Pros. That's going to be a fun fantasy draft. That's at 5 p.m. Eastern. I've thrown the link up already once. I'll throw it up one more time. Not trying to be a little bit of a bother, but I would love for you guys to kind of make it out there. We could talk about some fantasy sports if you guys are into that kind of thing. I know I'm one of the best, at least I feel like it. Reason why? I got trophies to prove it. So let's go ahead. Let's meet me out there. We'll see what's going on in the markets. And of course, we'll see what's going on in the fantasy sports realm. So meet me on out there, guys. I'll bring you guys over to AB now. We'll see what's going on in the Europe action and what AB has for you. See you guys. I'm going to go ahead and get out of that TEL. I'm out of TEL there, and I'm out here. See you guys. It's been another green day. Keep battling, and it shows you that if you stay with the right risk to reward profit loss ratio. Today, I actually have 3 losing trades, 1 green trade, and that 1 green trade did so well that I'm still deep into the green on the day. Got to give a pat on the back, and I'll see you guys next time. Hit the thumbs up on your way out.
Check.